Ah. Cough might have, the cough might have, superseded the stream. Hello, everyone out there in internet land, especially on YouTube where you might be seeing this. Let's get right into more Phoenix Wright, the second one, JFA. I believe the kids call it JFA. God damn it. I forgot. The stream is named I Hate This Clown, and I do. I forgot we were right in the middle of his goddamn testimony. Alright, you son of a bitch, let's hear it. Bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. Do you think you're going a little over... Sorry, it's been 2 days. I've had a nice rest with my voice. I need to get back into it. Don't you think you're going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? Fuck the clown's voice. That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' lives... Max's life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% certain it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max, I'm convinced of that. It doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure you saw Max that night? It kind of helps that I've wrecked my voice doing these voices, because it makes it crack, and I think Phoenix is going through puberty for his entire adult life, so it's fair. No doubt about it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. What were they again? Refresh our memories. What were the 3 symbols? Trilo said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You're sure of that? Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. I mean, have we? Silk hat, black cloak. Black cloak? Is it a black cloak? Hold on. Check this shit. I mean, I'm colorblind, but that doesn't look black to me. I gotta be 100% honest with you. Also, the cloak isn't one of the symbols, right? Wait a minute. His symbols are the roses, the hat, and the gloves. There wasn't anything about his goddamn cloak or any of that shit. Oh, fellow Miles Edgeworth fans and ignorant masses. Not necessarily mutually exclusive. 7-9, what's going on? Edgeworth's in the next case. He's not in this one. He's only in case 4 in this game, I believe. You're sure that is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is what is. I fucking saw it, you piece of shit. I've got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? Well, yeah, alright, he could have used a different bird. I am ill, therefore in need of Jiro to heal me, Panacea, or someone to kill you in-game. I hear Mukuru Ikasaba's good at that. The ultimate despair, they say. But that's not all I saw. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window? I'll watch out for her. Please do. She's laying somewhere hidden in the courtroom. There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye, and like an eagle out of my right. If I could say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. God damn it, Mo! Looked farther in the wind, couldn't really see what he was carrying. So, you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding. That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard, like my dick! Ahem. Gina guilty or what? Of murdering her dad? I'm gonna assume not. It's the monkey, remember? Money the monkey? Obviously, he dressed up like the 6-foot-tall Max Galactica and murdered the shit out of an old man. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object, or at least it says so in the autopsy report. With Trilo's testimony, and now Moe's, I bet the monkey teamed up with the puppet. That's how they stood on each other's shoulders. That's how they achieved the height effect. The foreign model car or something, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that's what they dropped on his head. That's what caused that loud noise. A car hit him. With Trilo's testimony and now Moe's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Do you think when they write cases for Phoenix Wright, they come up with how somebody died and then work backwards from it? Or, like... That's what it has to be, right? They're like, okay, get this. The guy is slumped over in the snow. No footprints. Our only suspect is a man who can fly. And then they work backwards to see how we got to these parts. Some of it's easy, you know, snow. Okay, we're in December. Checks out. Easy. Nick, you gotta find a contradiction in this. That's not gonna be enough. What? I have to prove that Moe saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. So it's the symbols, right? Because he's like, yeah, the cloak isn't one of the hat is, but A, there's 3 symbols, and B, the cloak isn't one of them. So, emblazoned with Max's 3 famous symbols, yeah. There we go. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Moe, you stupid fuck. Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. They are uppity, though. Let the record show they are uppity. What if the culprit is a monkey who is moving between the trees, which is why he didn't leave footprints in the snow? Well, there were no trees, so. Let's remember the facts of the case, 7-9. There were no trees. 3 symbols? Yeah, everyone get ready. All together now. Silk hat, cloak. I thought it was the fucking gloves. My bad. White roses. What the? Who cares if he knows that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Moe? Do you like pie? Fucking shut up, you asshole. Silence, fool! You are to respond as the whole truth, no fractions. Pi is an irrational number, not a fraction, but okay. Order, order! Moe! You didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. I mean, you could just argue you saw the back of him, because again, you wouldn't see the roses if you're looking at his back. You'd see the other 2. The crime scene was dark. It was obviously too dark to see detail of that kind. Arg, what's going on? Look at those uppity symbols. They are very, again, proven in court. His symbols are uppity. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention the roses are white. That, I mean, I guess that would sort of make them easier to see in the dark, but that wouldn't help entirely. There's no way he could have missed them! Since the roses must have fallen off the victim when the defendant was assaulted. If that were the case, the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of the case? Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Certainly haven't. Kinda your MO. 7-9, you're getting it, yeah. The 3 symbols. Moving's being a pain in the ass, but when is it not? Yeah, I'm gonna try and move, next year. Try to, hope to, etc., etc. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony? Like this current spot of yours? Well, I mean, why? The background might change, but I mean, I'll still be here. Hey, Kenochi, what's up? Oh god, Trilo's voice. Ben's the shitty one, Trilo's the puppet. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? Make an emote suggestion, can there be a duck lawyer? Ooh, a duck lawyer, that's not a bad one. I'll think about it. I've requested a few of my go-to emote artists, and I'm getting some Christmas ones. I might throw the lawyer one in with the Christmas ones, because what says Christmas if not litigation? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Trillo saw them all! Trillo saw Mallory Max's symbols! However, this witness claims there were no white roses the person he saw. Change. It's not going to be a huge change. I might miss a day or two of streaming while I move, but, you know, I'm going to just... It'll be the same. Trillo's lying. No, he's not on the witness stand anymore. He can't be lying. Or Mo's lying? Yeah, it's gotta be. Gotta be Mo. I might have a duck pointing and yelling objection for, like, a lawyer. That could be good. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this? Judge forgets the roses, think about his other testimony. The witness stated without a doubt he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Also not on the stand. Can't be lying. Confirmed in Phoenix Wright, no one ever lies unless they're on the witness stand. In which case, they've, you know, literally their bucket list has always been to commit perjury, and they're going to cash it in now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. Fucking got him! They get paid for the perjury? Oh, that explains it. I'm not mature. It also explained why Gumshoe's still broke. That guy tries to be as honest when he can. Gumshoe might be one of the only witnesses, I think, who has not committed perjury, at least knowingly. Because, you know, he is the police, and he's just, these are the facts. I may be a bumbling stooge who doesn't present them the best way, but I don't think he's ever actively lied on the stand. I've come to a conclusion, and given the number of times he's been on the stand, that... Where is he? Let's recruit him. Gumshoe? Oh, he's back at the police precinct. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in this next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance. Well, I mean, I think there's a day 2 of this trial, so no, it isn't, but... A ruling? There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There was no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Where'd we find the hat? I don't remember. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance. I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against the witness. If you're going to prove me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. This is the final part of the trial. Who did it? I'm lost. No. Show him the attorney's badge. I will save here so that, you know, if I do fail, I can't be penalized. Anyway, take that! Your Honor, this statement contradicts the evidence. I'm a lawyer. It does? I don't see anything in the contrary. Really? This isn't even that big of a penalty. You can't, hold on, I'll move my webcam because you can't see my meter. There we go. Put me down here so you guys can see the meter. This is not even... I've had stiffer penalties than that. Whoops, that didn't go so well. Lame. Thought he was gonna throw me out of court and take away my dignity and spank my bottom in front of everyone. I mean, what? Congrats on your move. Isn't final yet. My sister's trying to sell her house and I'd be interested in buying it. We'll see how that goes. It's not confirmed yet, and either way, I'm eating half a month's... If she does move, I'm stuck with half a year's rent on this fucking place that I can't do anything with, so that's sweet. I can at least cut the power and water to confuse the realty company. I got my wine that no white roses were present that night. Penalized you with half a health bar the other day. I think Francesca did, not the judge. Mo, be honest. Ow! Oh, what the fuck? Speaking of half a bar from... Why are you allowed to do that? Ugh, I'm finished. Excuse me, I'm the one handling the... Ow! Fitness, continue with your testimony. You're not gonna whip me too, are you? Maybe after courts, if you're into... Yikes! Fucking... Not the time, Francesca! Read the room! Leave it between them. I have no words for that. Alright, let's fucking load that game real quick. 2 bars isn't much of a penalty. No, for presenting my attorney's badge to a statement, it's not. Especially when Francesca took half my bar for asking a question about there's no doubt in my mind. I made a huge deal about you only get 1 chance and then you could get a mild slap on the wrist. All the other symbols were there. Okay, so where was the hat found? Well, okay, that answers that. There's no way I can see. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Yeah, about that. Since I'm gonna get penalized no matter what here, might as well just... This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No questions in your mind? Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Just starts bobbing his head. Francisca's like, I hate it when he does that. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was this silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene. That means... The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire... The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. No! That's not true. Order, order, order. Mr. Curls! Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. Well, why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? We hate you. Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? That's like 80% of it. The other 20% is the perjury. You didn't have to go and incite. I'm great at shit. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me, no matter how old I get, I'll always be young here. Wow. Enough of this childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? Judge getting really angry at Mo. He's saying what we're all thinking. I saw him. I swear I did. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He's turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene. What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo, what the fuck's your problem? What do you want? You stupid, shitty excuse for an entertainer. You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't just ask me that. Objection! Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. Objection! The witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little fucking what? There, is that all right with you, little guy? Judge immediately decided, oh wow, this is just a spoiled kid. Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you, Shay. You're sure that's how it happened? Say what? I'm not sure I know where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to hop on the smallest of things. Why can't we just hang them like we used to? Judge and the clown are bleeding together. I gotta get these two away from each other. Do you have any proof to counter High's story as to how the criminal left the scene? Got a crime photo? I mean, that should do it, right? Circus map. Autopsy, the box, the seasoning. Yeah, I believe it's this here crime scene photo. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Ay, 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 ay. So, Mo, exactly when did the criminal escape? How fucking... What happened? Your Honor, this witness has already proven his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Fucking got him again. Wait just a second. I mean, it was you who said... You guys can't just ignore everything I've said.
Shrewd negotiator.
And I mean... Shut the fuck up, Nathan. And I mean, yeah, it's, you know, we can't ignore everything you've said. It's all been pointless. Fine. Shut up! What do you mean this time? So you knew you were lying literally every step of the way. You god... Ah! Hate this guy. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. Well, look at him, getting into the whipping. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling we're gonna get worse before they get better. Yeah. Mr. Lawrence Curls. I hate you. Yes? The testimony you've provided up until this point now has been false. It hasn't been false, I haven't lied, it's just what? It's just I was a bit confused about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Carmen or Whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. See, what you've done here, Mo, is what we lawyers call lying. Maybe you've heard of it, you goddamn rube. Order, order! I will have order! Francesca von Karma! How could you? Don't bow, you smug bitch. What are you talking about? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have had exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you saw, Mr. Curls. Huh? You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. Did we lose order? Oh, so many times. Mo is the worst. I'd rather have you on the stand, 7-9. Shut the fuck up! Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows! You're a reliable witness. Comparatively, yes! You're a goddamn videotape autographed by the culprit! Everything I've said up until now has been the truth. No, it hasn't. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing over him. Beacon of logic. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing a silk hat. Well, you're looking at his back, so you wouldn't see the one thing I'm willing to give you is that It's his back, so you didn't see the roses. And you're not... Ugh. That's when I saw he... This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. Flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. He returned to his home planet. Yep. Fucking Poochie from The Simpsons. Got him. So the monkey did it. The monkey and the puppet stood on each other's shoulders, and with their combined belief and a little bit of pixie dust or some shit, they flew away. Why not? Get Money the Monkey on the stand. We'll question him like we did that parrot. Thought the ringmaster was the one in the uppity getup. There's some confusion there. Max claims he was in the trailer, and the ringmaster took his fucking cloak out of it. It's a whole thing. Schmo returned to his home planet of West Clownadelphia. Nathan, that's a city, you stupid, ignorant fuck. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. Well, they do if they're walking. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, you did commit a crime, but I get it. I'd want this testimony suppressed as well. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Yup. Well, that was... how to put this into words. Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but leaves the scene of the crime by flying. There's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. The other witnesses aren't you. Why won't you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story? To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? Right, yeah. Right now, I really can't believe any of this. I'm not even sure if this day hasn't been some kind of Kafka-esque dream. Ow! Now, do you think it's still a dream, huh, Phoenix Wright? Being whipped by Von Karma? I mean, there's a chance. My pants are on, so it's unlikely, but there's a chance. Mo was drugged. Find the culprit. Who drugged Mo? Ugh. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that because it would be hilarious. But I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. You imbecile. If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. Well, yeah, but we're in a fucking court of law. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Proofless run of a fucking murder trial. There's no proof, so fuck it. Yeah, the monkey did it. We can all agree on that, right? Francisca, prosecute the monkey. I don't really give a shit. We all go home happy. No proof needed. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It is an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reasoning behind this mystery of mysteries. Yeah, neither of them are happy about it. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. You two get cracking. I'm going to go home and watch TV in my pajamas. Check proof. Oh, this fucker. Hey, so it is. What in the world's going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly wherever I please. It's not that easy. Yeah, in order for us to... Von Karma's case just now became predicated on her being able to prove that Max can actually fly, which is not how it works. That or she needs to prove how he did the trick outside in the snow, leaving no footprints to walk up to either, when he could have just, you know, shot him from like a rooftop or across the courtyard. I guess guns are harder to find in Japan, so maybe that's not, you know, the most optimal way to kill a man in this game. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. This is his, like, Billy Bob John's voice. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. Hey, since you broke that, you want to tell that to the judge and he can throw this case out? What made you break a magician's creed to never reveal your secrets and their tricks? Oh, dear. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope to find a flying criminal in court tomorrow. Don't wear white after Labor Day. That's the second rule. God. Great idea. Let's do our best to catch this sucker. To be continued. This fucking case. Meanwhile. Nick, what is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Well, I mean, Max told you, so that doesn't count. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out how the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pearls did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her thumb up. Maya, that is blood magic and it is forbidden. We're going to have to exorcise Pearls. All right. She is consorting with demons. Heh. First, she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? It was kind of like this. I can't do that. I know how it's done, but I got big weird thumbs and hands. I have no idea. We missed Christmas. This case started after Christmas. What? How'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. Actually, in your adult life, you've done that like twice, so you'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. Might use that for next time she commits murder. Yeah, exactly. What to do? Okay, those are the boring ones you say when you're not meant to be here. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing. All right, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes. Wait. Quit your whining. Let's just give this a shot already. All right, let's go. Well. They're singing in a round of it. Oh, god damn it. Row your boat. Row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, but Prelo, this just isn't gonna work. You enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do then? Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trilo. What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course? I'm sorry? Secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, Trilo won't give up until I said we try out a new idea for his routine. So we're trying to sing it around for our new ventriloquism act. That would be extraordinarily impressive. Hell, I'd settle if you could harmonize with yourself. Singing in a round for a ventriloquist would be amazing. In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible. See, even they're surprised by the idea. I told you. But not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Times like this, the game is excellent and all, and there are times this game's excellent. There's times like this, I am pretty sure all the characters combined and not a single brain cell between them. You know, the ventriloquist is making me laugh. Once we got a grip on the basics, it's just a matter of practice.
You think so?
Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you. Ah, there it is. I've got this ring back. It's time to take one more shot at Regina. Okay, let's get the facts from you. I know you already testified in court. You want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes. Maybe not 7'9", she's 16. Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols. What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben?
What? Oh, well, I thought it was the ringmaster.
I mean the puppet act, I mean earlier with the tricks and shit. Ah, of course. Uppity and gaudy, it's true. Nathan's two favorite things. Just throw smug in there and you've got a banquet. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now. See, if it was just Trilo hitting on Regina, I wouldn't think it was very funny, but I could understand that, like, it was an attempt at humor. You know, the puppet and the girl. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. There's no way, right? That's just pure cockamamie nonsense, right? But, like, the judge and Max, and it's just very, you know? It's very weird. It's where everybody is creepily lusting after a 16-year-old girl. Yeah! The monkey. Sure, yeah. The monkey as well. And again, if it were just the puppet, I would still think it was weird and dumb, but I could see writing it off as just a joke that didn't land very well. The fact that it's everybody is super creepy. But if you really want to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent? Ha! You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Eh? Waiting is like this is part of being in love. Out in the snow by yourself? I don't think it is. How so? If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such a sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts. Is it? I don't think it is. That sounds like it's annoying and sad. Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya. She's so red she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. Sure, dude. Whatever you say. So how's the new routine working out? Will you two just take a chill pill already? Our routine's a secret. We're gonna take this ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. That sounds incredible. But let me make one thing clear. We're not gonna take on the world just because that jerk said we should. That jerk? Max Galactica. Performers should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? I mean, sounds like sage advice, actually. It's off-putting. It is. Depressing and sad more than annoying. Well, yeah, there's a couple things wrong with that. Trilo, you seem to really be all fired up about this. He needs to realize he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. You're right. You're right. Mark my words, I, Trilo Queest, will win the Grand Prix. You're the man now. Fuck off. That was a lot of effort to get to that joke. You're the man now, doll. Row, row, row your boat will be the key to a glorious victory.
Not to raid on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best?
What do you mean? Row, row, row your boat's a classic. Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? If you're gonna sing it around, row, row, row your boat's a place to start. Don't screw this up. You've gotta be a part of this too. All right, that's enough of that. Lodging house, sure. The X is silent in pre. I know that, but it's funnier pronounce it pricks, so. Especially when, you know, it sounds like the characters are too stupid to realize it's pre. Oh, it's you two. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Yo, same. Shouldn't you get some rest? I'm taking a West White now, pal. Is it weird that my throat is so shot from doing these voices that Gumshoe actually feels like vacation for me? I've been listening to some crazy clown's wife story. Oh, no. Oh, no. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that! oh, damn. Oh, boy. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much? Francesca really set you up bad this time, didn't she? Tell you a joke? Fucking, why do I never have the goddamn... There you are. Ahem. Let's go with the back of the book here. Ahem. A woman is getting lunch ready when the phone rings. This is your middle school calling about your son, Philip. He has been caught telling unbelievable lies. Oh, say he has, the woman replies. I don't have a son! That's actually... You know what? That's pretty fucking funny. Your son's been telling all these lies. Yeah, it sounds like it. I don't have a kid. You want to get that phone number again? That's fucking great, actually. That's the best joke we've had from that book. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not going to make me backbite a woman with a whip. No way. Another one? God damn it. Give Mo my joke book? Yeah, clearly. Slightly back middle. Okay. A man asks his good friend if he can recommend a doctor. Yeah, the man says. I'll give you the number of the guy you can go see. He's a family doctor, and he treats mine, and I support his. That wasn't as good. But, doctors, they're expensive, right? Get it? They cost money. Healthcare in America. It's a sham. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up. 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 Looks like she's wound him up pretty tight. She's directly above us as we speak. Oh my god, she died and went to heaven? That's a surprise. Huh? How's that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal. Oh, I see. Who lives in that room? Behind that window up there. The Aquabat's got his room on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma's gonna start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the Aquabat's room. Got it, pal? Francesca Von Karma. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. I mean, that's... Oh, I thought I'd talk to Gumshoe. That makes sense. All right, Mo, you sick son of a bitch. Say what you want about Mo, at least he's not flirting with a 16-year-old. He's flirting with an 18-year-old who wants to whip him after the trial, because that's a service she provides, I guess. Lawyer/dominatrix. What a fucking life that woman... She must lead, in all of Phoenix Wright, the most interesting life. Just, like, lawyer professionally, spare time as a dominatrix. Good for her. She-Hulk, eat your heart out. Mo's not here, thank Christ. If he was here, you'd have been able to tell before you even stepped into the room. I'm sure you'd have heard him laughing away. What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself? His dick size. I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes. He must really love his work. Suppose somebody has to love his work. Might as well be him. How old's Mo? 46. I keep bringing up the fireplace, but no one cares. What do you mean? Keep bringing up the fireplace. Don't you haven't said anything in chat? What fireplace are you on about? Are you suggesting we throw Mo into the fireplace? In which case, I agree. Burn this man. Huh? Where's Regina? I don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No, I just don't want to be eaten by a fucking tiger. Only a single page of people involved in this case. Need to drag more people into it? Must we? No. I'm just allergic to wild tigers. All right, Ringmaster's room. Can we finally see what's in that guy's pocket? Phoenix has been very obstinate about not pulling that out of his pocket. Max and the Ringmaster had their talk in this room. Last stream you were talking about a fireplace? Yes, but why? Por qué? That could have been when the Ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why'd he do that anyway? Was it really cold or something? Gonna finally let me look in the goddamn pocket? I don't know this, but they call this a tailcoat. Scrap of white paper. Okay, nope. Phoenix continues to not let me see what's in that pocket. The puppet can find a new home in the fireplace. The puppet's fine. The clown's the one who needs to dive in there head first and skewer his genitals, small as they may be, on a poker on the way in. Just play as Maya and go freely through the pocket. I wish. Maya's a menace. She'd steal that in a heartbeat. Same with Kay Faraday of the Edgeworth games. All right. Welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria. Yikes. He's in an awfully good mood. All right. You know what time it is? Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? I don't know, but this sounds like it's going to be racist. Come on, you can answer this. It's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction. But wrong. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girly? No, I got it. Okay, what's your answer? Because they are in the cafeteria. What do you mean, Penguin? That wasn't a real knee slapper for you? That one right there? Exactly! It's an incredibly sad place, that cafeteria. I agree, because you're here. I did it! What's going on? He's being too nice. Uninstall? Yeah, it's a good call, actually. Enough of that bit. One day I'm going to accidentally hit the uninstall button, and it's going to be very awkward. As much as I'm going to regret this. Today's been a real crazy day, hasn't it? You're telling me? I didn't think it was going to be so tough. Tough? Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning I had to smash watermelons. What, Gallagher style? Where was this? I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing. Even used the famed no shoes, no shirt, no service joke. Exactly! How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that? I was stunned. It's true, I was stunned at what you were saying. Wonder if Ray's ever done that? Maybe. The clown's much more of a sad sap than I recall him being. The clown's awful. I hate this fucking clown. I don't remember hating the clown this... I haven't played this game in like a decade, but I don't remember hating the clown this much. God, it's like 2022. I haven't played this game in like 2 decades. Are you 100% sure about your testimony today? Probably more like 15 years. I saw what I saw, I swear. That creep just flew through the air. It wasn't exactly flying, per se. It was more like he went back to his own planet. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a cyclock. He must be telling the truth. I haven't gleaned any evidence, so I don't know what I would present here. Attention center, maybe? Chat with Max about it? You wasn't with the watermelons? Yeah, no. Old. Quiet, you. Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? Never heard this song, I don't think. We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by, and since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you our very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, the Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. There is something honestly ballsy about a man wanted for murder who is a magician escaping prison on live television. There is something kind of top-notch ballsy about that. All right, him. This guy? I'll take him over the clown. That sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me leave here for real. That's, true. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. That just means he has faith in us, Phoenix. I have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. Yo, I have to break out of prison. The contract demands I do. All part of the show, but now you can't stop me. I'm contractually obligated to break out of prison. Night of the murder. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is not just something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind fly? He told you like an hour ago. You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much, it's much harder than you think. You literally told us how it was done an hour ago. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask of you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous, a great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But I won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something I simply cannot tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true in my ears. Oh my sweeties want to hear about the Grand Prix, do they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. I'm sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me, I'm really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica, I suppose I can tell it again. They're ambitious about Regina. Some of them are. Voila! Take a look at this. I just happened to have extra from the Grand Prix with me. You know, he honestly looks better without the makeup. Gotta be honest with you. When he's got the stupid, like, star makeup on his face, it looks like a tool. Without the makeup, he looks alright. Just look at that fabulous stage. Alright, you know, all things considering. Stage! That's the first stage I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At the time, I thought to myself that I could die right there and then a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim. Wow. By the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey, Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail? Damn, got him. Alright, I'll go show that to, Ben and Mo, I guess. And if, the tiger's around, I guess I'll show it to him as well. There you go, what do you think of that? Would you mind taking a look at this? I guess we won't need you to be looking at this after all. Alright, fuck me. I can give a shit. Nothing new to talk about. Mo is in the cafeteria. Ah, not this picture. He showed it to you guys too. Huh? You've seen it as well? Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. Wow, they call him a man whore, huh? That seems mean. I don't see how that's funny, actually. Gets more action than you, I imagine. Say what you want about the man, he's cut. Still not funny. Oh, yeah. He didn't just show me that picture. What do you mean? He showed me his bust, too. Well, I mean, the shirt kind of gives it away. Let me tell you, that thing's enormous. Again, the shirt. He's not exactly hiding it, is he? It's in the picture, I think. Well, yeah, again, I've met the man before in my life. He'd make us worship it every day. Made us bow to its greatness. Well, it's, it's all right. I don't know if it's worth all that. He's got a big bust. Wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. Phoenix confirmed certified titty lover, which explains his boss, why he wanted to work for her. Ahem. Max's bust should be on that small table over there. There's nothing over there. Really? Oh, yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago all of a sudden. The bust disappeared. The joke is, it's a marble, probably, statue. It disappeared. Fake bust. Yeah, fake titties. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We stan titties around here. If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. It is just a photo of the bust, isn't it? Max just had to put the picture up along with the bust itself. That does seem redundant. I'd like to work for me as well if that was an option. Well, I mean, you wouldn't be working for her long. She dies like, what, a week after Phoenix starts? Heartbreak Unite when? Well, that game doesn't exist, so never. Hey, this thing is really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Damn. Aww. Good call, Phoenix. Is there anything else that's changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this or if he's setting up a bad joke. No, I'm drawing a blank here. A quiet Mo is a good Mo in my book. I agree. Guess there really aren't any other things that could have changed, huh? Well, there is one teensy tiny thing that does seem different. Tell us! Well, on the morning of the crime over at that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. Piece of paper? It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I can see the title. Yikes! To the murderer. That was the morning of the crime. Do you happen to have a fortune teller here? Murderer? Yup, that's what it said, but the rest has been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? The morning before the murder. Before the murder? Yeah, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world would have posted this thing? Posted in the cafeteria on the day of the crime. To the murderer. Also appears like it's made from cut-out letters. So. Nick, I think we better follow up on this important lead. Suppose so. Wonder if Ben has anything to say about it. I take a look at this. Nothing to say. Really feel like that's worth, you know, commenting on and getting him to make a statement, but I guess not. You got anything to say about this? Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company. It was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. Right. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat. Really? I have curiosity. What in the world was written on that thing? Let's see. Uh-huh. No, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Right, of course. Does seem like you're on trial for murder, Max. You might be able to, you know, throw us a bone here. And also not hit on a 16-year-old girl. Either one of those would be really appreciated. He wants to defend you? Look. He's on trial for murder, which he is technically innocent of. So, strictly speaking, we do have to find him not guilty. Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved in the pocket of the tailcoat. You know, I've got a feeling I know what that is. And now that it's relevant to immediately what we're doing, we can take a look, but not before. I bet this is the other half of the note that Mo gave us. Now let's hurry and check that thing out, Nick. I knew it. It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer, I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Tonight at 10 p.m. That's when the murder took place. Now we need to find who called out the ringmaster. Oh my god. The plot thickens. Oh, I was gonna say, what did Mo have to say about the completed note? Pretty sure doesn't know what that note said. No, I think he didn't know, like, what it said, but he knew, like, what was on it. Like, he knew it was the, he knew it was the other half of the, to the murderer note, is what he's getting at. You cannot go through others' pocket. Yeah. Fucking shut up, Nick. Maybe this will teach you to scrounge a bit more. What? Mo's gone. There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love, Mo. Hamburger. Just thinking about it is making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need a burger. Bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner. Bad! Alright, fine. Man ain't here. Full note? Got something to say about that? Guess not. Fuck off, you son of a... Why are you here? Hey, Gummy. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I'm done with the investigation of the Aquabat. Finally. But with Miss Von Karma... Nick, what is that? That beeping sound. It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something? If you don't mind, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here quick. See ya, pal! I didn't know Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. Never seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens. Let's go inside. It's freezing out here. The wind is biting his... Oh, wow, she whipped Maya? Harsh. Ow! He's biting his lashes from a whip. Why did you assault my partner? What the fuck was that about? We're not even in court. Von Karma! She really did appear. It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be this day. This day my dream finally comes true. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making national news? Ha! National news? You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally. I think she's overestimating the importance of a win by just a smidge. So, how's it going? It's fun, Karma. It appears you got your hands on something big, huh? Ha! I'm amazed you picked up on that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head. I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints? Well, I mean, you've told me that before, so... A conclusive witness? You mean the acrobat, right? I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. No, you're not. You're talking with me. It's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I get it already. You want to beat and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more information myself. As we speak. Listen. What do you know about as we speak? Maybe I'm paging the judge. Because even though it's meant to be like 2021 in canon, it was written in 2002, so smartphones weren't a thing. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? Doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you get a mouthful of vip. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this or any other conversation? Then, what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again. One more time. Him? I'm sure you know to whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth. What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth. Why would you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that they trained the gifted prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma. Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... Right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. He's like 4 years older than me. Huh? Little brother? But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Francesca thinks very highly of herself. Edgeworth. You handsome son of a bitch. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. But little after that case was over, he vanished. Well, there was one more case that was kind of fucking buck wild. It involved like a cowboy and Nintendo DS mechanics were instigated. Meekins was there. It was a whole thing. But, you know, the one before that, I guess, was really the more important one. He vanished. It's your fault he is gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I feel like it's Manfred's fault, actually. Based on the situation, gonna assume it's your dad's fault. Nick, what does she mean? I don't know. I gotta be honest with you. Doesn't make any sense. He's also not dead, so... Not sure why that's. Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case. And then the case after that one. And then that. The one after that. And the one after that. He never set foot in court again. Except for that one case. You know. After the whole DL6 thing. He went back to do... What was it? SL9 or whatever it is? Yeah, he went back for that one. But then, never again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. He's a melodramatic bitch, so it's all metaphorical, but, you know. Can't believe Phoenix killed Miles Edgeworth. Not sure I approve of that accusation. SL9, yep. What? What's this slander that I killed Edgeworth? Wait a minute. That's even less grounded than Phoenix. What do you mean? It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? No. Literally no one believes that. Von Karma's got the right of it. I don't believe that. He's too melodramatic and bitchy to have actually killed himself. After he broke Amy's vase, too. I didn't break the damn vase! This is slander! He's still alive, I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he is still alive. You know, I don't think we ever found out what happened to him during this time. Imagine if he left to, like, go to Germany and hang out with Francesca, and he gets there, and he's like, what do you mean she's not here? She's where? God damn it! Gets back on the plane. Unbelievable. You try and visit the one person in your life you consider family who's still alive, and this happens. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable name Von Karma. I'm going to find him. And then, I'm going to teach him his rightful place with my own two hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth. Maya, I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me. Well, I mean, Von Karma did, not Maya, but alright, sure. Nick. Miss Von Karma, what? I don't know if you are God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had about enough of you. Him too. What in the world happened? Humph. This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform the two of you today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. I mean, DL6 and SL9 happened, so no it won't, but, you know, this is about a fucking magician and a clown, so, yeah, I'm gonna go with no. Let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up. Well, you didn't, but... Acro's room. Oh, yeah, we've been... Oh, this fucking guy. We've been here before. Why do you have an orangutan calendar or whatever that is? God, what voice do I give you? Oh, dear. He doesn't hop back on the plane because he doesn't want to deal with Dum Dum Phoenix and Whip Happy younger sister. That's fair. She's like, you know what? I'm just going to wait here in Germany until she gets back. Unbelievable. Does that have a cool 3-character name too? The MO You shut the fuck up right now, 7-9. There is nobody who's naming a case after Mo. The only thing Mo's getting his name on is a tombstone, and hopefully soon. This guy's voice. Ahem. Hey, bear with me. It's going to be soft-spoken for reasons that should be obvious. I'm blowing my throat out here. You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. Okay, no, but really, what's your name? Ken Dingling? I'm Ken Dingling. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro? How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Even though he told us not to. Good on you, Gumshoe. Acro, you're a member of the circus as well. That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope or flying trapeze. In a wheelchair? But nowadays, all I perform is in my wheelchair. Oh, so do you like... Yo, do you get in like a steel ball and roll around? Because that would be fucking cool, actually. Hate this music! Goddamn Calypso music or whatever it is. Calliopes, I don't fucking... Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Harsh. Then one night, they decided to run away from it all without me. Harsh! Why does every parent in this game suck? Morgan. Von Karma. This guy's parents. Barry's dead, so why does every alive parent suck? The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. He seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. Yeah, the man gave to charity, paid you out of pocket when you didn't make enough money, took care of you when you were a child. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I mean, yeah, she could definitely use a dose of reality. I don't, actually. What happened to Phoenix's parents? You know, he never mentions them. Regina's so cute. She's truly a princess. Truly a princess. Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? Sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I lived on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave the building by myself. Have you considered maybe changing rooms with Mo? Like, I get it, his is a little scuffed, but, like, come on. Surely you've considered changing rooms with Mo. That's awful. The accident happened during an acrobatic session, right? Cyclops. It doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago? When in the world went on at the circus then? Maybe Phoenix's parents don't suck as bad, but Phoenix is any indication they failed miserably at parenting. Unlock him. It's true. I stopped by yesterday and noticed you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? What about the murder? Oh, of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Geez, that sounded really ominous. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see. The scene of the crime is right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? Where's your wheelchair? He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What? That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that was Max you saw flying? I am absolutely sure. There is no doubt in my mind. Nick. So what do you think about Regina, huh? What's your beef with her? Max the culprit, let's get him. I mean, he's already arrested. The 3 witnesses claiming to have seen him. What more do we need? Our day in court. Regina. She's so cool, isn't she? And can you believe such a cute girl is an animal tamer? It seems animals are not the only thing she tames. The fuck does that mean? Huh? Max, the ringmaster, Ben, she's got them all under her thumb. Well, I mean, the ringmaster's her dad, so... What do you mean by that? Maybe I went a bit overboard. It's just Regina's innocence. She was incredibly sheltered as a child. I'd say it seems that way. That's why she can be so cruel. What? Regina is just like the animal she claims to tame. Harry? What do you... She's innocent, and thus she can be cruel. Oh. I wonder what happened between Acro and Regina. What do you think about this guy? Ringmaster, he was even more than a father to me. When he took me in, the circus was in bad shape. It was obvious he had no real way of supporting us. What do you mean by us? Is that why you started with acrobatics?
Back then, I was only 9 years old. And I begged the ringmaster to let me try, and he finally gave in.
So how old is this guy? 26. So you've been here... Oh, God. 17 years? It's quite a while, actually.
Being a kid in the circus was probably the last thing in the world he wanted.
You were actually there when Regina was born. Jesus Christ. It was 17 years ago and Regina was... -1. She's currently 16. Oh my God. It's so weird. You were around at like 9 or 10 years old when Regina showed up. And there's people making a pass at her. That's gotta be fucking weird, dude. That's gotta be weird. Old like me. Shut up!
I just wanted to be helpful so I could help the ringmaster.
That's such a nice story.
This guy. The ringmaster really believed in Mo, 100%. He was kind of dumb that way. What will happen to the circus now that the ringmaster's gone? The beginning of the Lawrence curse.
Oh, no! No! That is the worst thing anyone has ever said in this entire series. I wonder if it's really alright to let Mo run the show. No, kill him. Shoot him out of a cannon, but like a real one. Into the sun, preferably.
Mr. Wright, you don't know much about Mo, I suspect.
I know enough!
You can see right through me.
Aw, Nick, you can't let him get to you like that. You're an attorney. Yeah, but I wear my emotions on my sleeve, alright? And this guy. I was hoping you just set some light on Ben.
Well, he'll always be here. As long as he's here, he really can only continue to be a ventriloquist. Whether that's a good thing for him or not, I'm afraid I can't really say.
And Max?
You want to know about Max? Well, his colleagues in the circus all seem to hate him.
Yeah, but what about you?
Thank you. I've got my issues with him as well. But he just also happens to have a diamond shining in his soul.
A diamond shining in his soul?
I guess you could say it's his pride as a performer. We didn't have that pride in ourselves before Max arrived. Honestly, I think he brought something wonderful to the circus when he came. He also brought a raging case of pedophilia, though, so... Gotta be honest, kinda glad he's in jail.
Acro. This guy is really different from the other members of the circus. I suppose that's all of them. Nothing else to talk about. Let's see if we can't find out what happened that one fateful day 6 months ago. Nope. No. No. Can I present? What do you think about Acro? Come on, man. Give me something. Why are you even here? Big top. Okay, here we go. There's only guys in the circus? No, there's one girl. This is the circus. This 21-year-old man, this 16-year-old girl, her 52-year-old father, this 46-year-old clown, and this 26-year-old cripple. All right? They also said there's, like, some dancers, but there was a very hand-wavy thing at the beginning of, like, oh, yeah, there's dancers as well. But the acts appear to be the clown, the ventriloquist, and the magician. Because this guy's certainly not, you know, tightrope flipping and busted legs. Oh, and an animal tamer. Of course, there's also the animal tamer. I wasn't counting herself, though. I've got a bad feeling about this. Oh, no! The JPEG is back! Yeah! Nick! Wonderful. Today's special must be Filet-O-Phoenix. God, she was like pseudo-Russian. Stay! Heal! Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry. I guess I made a mistake. A mistake? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. Look how sparkly she is. Yeah! She is that. A monkey? Tell us about your dad. It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much. I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about by her father. That's why I feel so lonely. Now I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. Oh. Fucking 16 years old, everyone. A star. That means my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I see everyone who's gone. Someone dies, they become a star in the heavens. It's kind of sweet. If, you know, not really dealing with death, I guess. But I bet you there's no way Maya believes that. What do you mean there's no way? I thought that. What do you mean? Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? No, you're going straight to hell. Of course. You really think so? Yeah, you will, I think. I've got the feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everything's alright with... No, it's not. Her dad died, and now she's surrounded by a bunch of people that are way too interested in her. Just to go back up and clear something up. Why'd you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. Monkey the meanie money... Fuck. You know what I mean. Money the meanie monkey. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you? Must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? No. It's literally important to me. Fuck off! God damn it. I'll get it for you. Leave it all up to us. Guess there's no turning down that request. Yay, you're really going to do it. What do you think about this note? Regina, have you seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while. It was in your pocket? This piece of paper? It was in your pocket? I guess I noticed it there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Acro as breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Again, he really should be on the bottom floor. Then I go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realize this piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged in someone else's pocket. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did! I stuck it up there. How'd you know? So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen? The morning of the murder, I think. Do you think they might be related in any way, Regina? I wonder who wrote this. Okay. How about this bust? Any thoughts on that? Max is cool. I want to try that flying someday with Max. Already flown off in her own little world. Nick, I'm gonna try flying too. Alright, I'll think about it. Grand Prix? Okay, Max is cool. What do you think about, Acro? Ah, it's Acro. Is he in his room today? Yes, he is. We just came back from meeting with him. I hope his legs get better soon. Acro's so incredible, especially on the trapeze. The trapeze is that enormous swing hanging from the top of the tent, right? Yep, that's it. I really want to see him up there again. Acro the acrobat. That's strange. Acro doesn't seem to have very many nice things to say about Regina. But Regina seems to like Acro just fine. Interesting. Mo back from getting burgers or whatever? Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers. We know it can't be Mo. She's saying he stinks. Hello, hello! Welcome to Bistro de Cirque, aka the cafeteria. It smells so good in here, and those burgers look great. She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. She is, actually. My burgers are the best! Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They're just absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven. I bet. I can tell by the smell. Wow, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. Wow, so you're saying the clown has one redeeming quality, and it has nothing to do with him being a clown. Who'd have thought? Now that the ringmaster is gone, what are you going to do? Well, that's all I've thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You heard Acro's story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger? He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Yes, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. Correct. I've been thinking of trying on the ringmaster's shoes. What? Really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Well, I mean, maybe you could hire a better clown. That would, a better clown. Hire any other clown in the world, and that would be a step in the right direction. All that's left is to see if everyone can get over the tragedy. You know. The tragedy? You know. What is he talking about? So if he decides to stop being a clown, he could be a cook. I mean, it seems like he should be a cook. Sounds like he makes a damn fine burger. Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing at all. You must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right? That's fucking sick, Mo. Yes, yes, that's it. You're right, girly. Dag, dag, dag. Correctamundo. Doesn't he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? No, not at all. What makes you think that? The way you said if everyone can get over the tragedy seems a bit strange. Sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo! I'm right, aren't I? God damn it. I make 2 people with locks now? Now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break! Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. 6 months ago, hey. Wonder if I can speak. Any chance? Nope. Okay. Any chance I can grill? But yeah, of course not. Why would I talk with you about what happened 6 months ago? You fucking waste of a suit. No one's here. All right, let's see if I can. Oh, detention center actually. See if I can't. Get anything out of Max about this tragedy. Yeah, here we go. God damn it. Must have taken Max in for questioning again. There really isn't anything we need to ask him right now anyway. I think there is. All right, I guess. All right, let's go. Son of a bitch, you. Can I get something to show you? Oh, I do need to find, what's-her-face's, Regina's, like, outfit, right? So... Got an outfit in this pile of shit here? It's a huge pile of trash. One man's trash is another monkey's treasure. I guess you're right. Look, they're all shiny things. It's even got a motorcycle exhaust. What on earth do they call this thing? Oh, a tuba. Yeah, Phoenix, come on. Of course it's a tuba, silly. You didn't know that? Hey, it's a picture of Regina. All right, Acro, why do you have a picture of Regina in your room? Well, she's a shining beauty. No objections here. 16, Phoenix. 16. 1 and 6. This bed's incredibly well made, almost like a maid made it up. Even the laundry on top of the bed is folded perfectly. Nick, there's nothing unusual about that at all. It's how things are supposed to be. Can't a man respect another man for doing something said man cannot do? It's a monkey calendar. Acro must love monkeys. And basketball. I'm sure he gets a lot of that in these days. What with, you know, the old, never mind. Ahem. You can see the big top from the window here. There's no snow on top of the big top. Kind of weird, don't you think? Inside the tent is warm, and any snow that lands on it probably melts. I guess you're right. The snow is probably just slide off. Sure, dude. Nope. Okay. Guess, let's needle Mo and see what he might know. These grown-ass dudes simping over a 16-year-old is creepy as hell. Japan, what are you gonna do? Other than not that. I mean, really. Seems so easy to not have them thirsting after a 16-year-old child. I mean, don't get me wrong. 18 would still be, like, a little creepy, but it would be significantly less creepy, because it's like, I mean, at least she's 18, I guess. But no, Capcom went with the executive decision to keep her 16. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at that circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Damn, got him. Actually, I've kind of got an idea of what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of the accident, would it? The cause? Oh. I got no idea. I was gonna say, I mean, maybe I can still present this guy, because he injured his legs. I figure that's the accident. I don't know if I'd say that's the cause of the accident. I can try. No. Looks tasty. What? Oh, the burgers. Okay. Thought he was gonna say, dude. Man's in a wheelchair. I mean, he's fit, sure, but come on. Have some respect. Alright, that's not gonna work. God, there's nothing I can present you that's like... Hey, fucking, what do you think about this? It's just Max and such. 18's at least legal age. 16 is weird, and given how sheltered she is, it makes it weirder. Yeah. Even at 18, it would be weird that they're simping after her because, like, she has no knowledge of the outside world, so she'd probably be just as naive. Just very weird overall. But like I said, at least if she was 18, you could be like, well, I mean, the legality of it is barely there, but at least it exists. The complete lack of knowledge of the outside world and innocence isn't helping them at all. So what do you demand of me, Acrobat Man? About the wheelchair. I have to ask, how are you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice? Yes. Unfortunately, acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If they're the real cause, he'd have no reason to keep it a secret. Acro, are you really telling me a practice accident was the cause of your injury? I got nothing. I got fucking nothing. What do you, did I show you the note? What do you think about this? What's this? That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? What happened? He suddenly looks incredibly serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina, ask her about it. Why do you know that she has anything to do with it? Just saying. Oh, dear. I mean... we did talk to her about it, didn't we? Like, presented it, and she said, oh, yeah, it's not mine. And she updated it. Maybe the Ringmaster's entrance? No, not here. Maybe I show it to Mo now. I don't think I showed it to Mo when it was, like, fully completed. Let's see. To the murderer. That's far from polite. Where'd you find the rest of the note, anyway? Maybe it's best if we didn't tell Mo where we found it. Don't worry about it, Mo. If I didn't need to worry about it, you shouldn't have shown it to me. That's alright. He has a point. I don't know what I'm looking for. And when that happens, I consult Your Friendly Neighborhood Guide. Ahem. Grand Prix. Lodging house, Big Top. Grand Prix to Mo. Talk to Mo. Detention center. Big Top. Note to Max. Check his tailcoat. Lodging house. Von Karma. Acro's room. Move to Big Top. Right, move to Mo's room. Oh, I have to go to Mo's room. I see. The custom-made guide. Yes, you know, it's custom-made. The very same. I assumed since we knew where everyone was, I wouldn't need to walk into Mo's room, but apparently I do. My bad. Mo's not here. What's that? I hear something. Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Nick, it's money! That monkey's holding something. That's it. That's the thing that means a lot to Regina, remember? All right, time to take on this monkey attorney style. Give it back, monkey brain, stay, or ooh. I mean, you gotta do it attorney style, right? Monkey combat! The fucking, the Monkey Island 4 style. Yikes! Wah! I tried to have a monkey-to-monkey talk with him. I really did. Nick, I swiped it while Money was distracted. Wow, you're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it. It's just a sparkly vest. You can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean? I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then you'll take you at the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now? Doesn't fit me at all. Well, no, it's made for a 16-year-old child, Maya. Oh, well, it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention, it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. It's not Maya's size at all. It's true, it's not. Well, let's go bring this back to Regina. There you go. Who did it? The vest. Here you go, Regina. Yeah, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. That would be illegal. No wonder guys melt to mush in front of this 16-year-old child that would get them arrested immediately. You said it, Nick. Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. Leon's? You know, the lion she told us about. Maya, you couldn't fit into a lion's vest? Oh, the one that someone killed.
Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right, my dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down and then opened his mouth, you know. Blah. He was pogging. Nothing wrong with that. Usually when he did that, I would put my head into his mouth. But you put your head into a lion's mouth? I sure did. People in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. You sure they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that? Anyways. What was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina, everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon... Yes, that's when he became a star in the sky. Mine needs to lose weight. Regina's headless, so no head. The poor thing. Leon! Added to court record. Hiya! What about this? What can you tell me? Aren't we good at figuring out hard things? Alright then. Back to Mo. Hey, I know who caused the accident now. You stupid son of a bitch clown. What happened 6 months ago? Grilled chicken. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of the accident. I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during practice, right? How did you? I just told you, Regina told me. I told them so many times. You shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Like putting your head inside of Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her. You know, normally when people say that, they aren't quite as extreme as the child wants to put her head in a lion's mouth. Just saying. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo, don't clam up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised? He's involved in this too. He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about. Mo, is this the person you promised you wouldn't say anything? I'm gonna assume the guy who had an accident right about the same time this was going on. It must have been Acro, right? How did you know? Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster. No. No way! I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. Reggie has to go through the rest of her life without a head. I mean, she barely had, you know, brain to begin with, so... It's just like you said, you know, the accident. Did someone die? No, but it probably would have been better if he had. What? How would that have been better? He's still alive, but when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma he's in. Ugh. Coma? All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do. I see. How is he related to Acro? He's his brother. Let me guess. Bat? Huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother. Brother? They were acrobat team of brothers. Oh, hey, my wife's here. Doesn't seem like she had it as she is, so nothing lost there. Cute nicknames, a thought. Yeah, I'm sure you thought that. Anyway, they were an incredible team, cut down in their prime. Who is Acro's younger brother? Well, we didn't say it was his younger brother, so... Sean Dingling! But everyone always called him Bat because they didn't have to bring up the dingling part.
He fell in love with Regina. Did he? Did he? What a fucking surprise. How old's this kid? God damn it, you. Son of a... It was 6 months... you're older than Max, you fucking... 16! And barely has a clue how the world functions. Probably doesn't even understand people pay money to come see this play. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina. Did Russell ever consider, like, taking all of these young single men out on the town to a strip club? Maybe get their minds off of his only daughter who is 16? 6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden, Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon." Why'd he do that? I don't know, but that's what caused the accident. Jesus. Ugh. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling. Ah, so the lion did it. He? You mean Leon? Yeah, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. Ugh. Rip Bat. He's not dead. That's the sad part. Some sick grin. No way. That's impossible. A smirking lion? A flying murderer? What's going on? Most members of the circus are the P word. No wonder it's not doing so well. Yeah! They gotta stop sniffing around a child. What about Acro's legs? Oh yeah, what did happen with those? Why does it seem that it's always Mo who catches all of these incredible events? Yeah, why do we have to keep talking to Mo about this crap? Nick, can lions smile? I don't know. We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. You didn't call, like, a vet to put him down? You just old yellered the poor guy? There, Leon, it'll be okay. I'll just take some steps back here. And good thing my hero, that one dentist from Germany, visited the circus not too long ago. Pow! Shout out to that guy. Didn't that dude die horribly? Like, there was that weird German dentist poacher who shot a lion or a rhino. No, he shot a rhino that he basically paid a bunch of money to. And then he got, like, eaten by a lion or some shit. Really got what was coming to him, that guy. Wait, fit a head in his mouth. This would have been a pretty big lion, and Maya couldn't fit in the vest. Correct. I'm guessing Maya's really fattened up on burgers, I guess. About that, Mo, pretty sure it'd be shut down and most members arrested. Well, I don't think anyone would have been arrested. It was an accident, but it definitely would not have been good publicity, and it would have been shut down during an investigation. What'd they do with the lion's corpse, I wonder? That doesn't seem like something that'd be easy to get rid of. Oh my god, the burgers. Oh no! So that's what really happened. Well, you guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in a mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shaka, 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 shaka. There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self. As is beyond the lion incident. Well, yes, you're right. Ah. Nice, what a wonderful sneeze. Huh? You think so? You can sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's the basics of clownmanship. Girly, I know you gotta understand that. He really loves that Gotti joke, doesn't he? Nick, I think I'd make a good clown. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. You know, honestly, given the level at which some people have been thirsting after the child, I'm gonna let that slide, Mo. I'm gonna give you one redeeming quality and say you're not a pedophile. Does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does! Bat would always tease her with pepper. Bat? From my point of view, those two always look so perfect together, except for, you know, the fact that she was 16 and he was 22. They looked perfect together, except for the fact that she was 16 and he was 22, huh? Well, I suppose we better move on. What do you think of, what do you think of this guy? That's me right now, Maya. What do you think about this person? Sorry, already given my heart to another man. This man's in a coma. What do you mean? Not interested in enrolling in your dating service. Oh, boy. You know, I somehow feel like asking you anything would be a waste of time, so let's just move on. Let's ask Acro about his legs. I mean, we've done that, haven't we? But we can try re-grilling him. Ah, Mr. Wright, back again, I see. Well, he did say, I'll be back. Wait, or is that... Hey, guys. I know we're in the middle of a murder trial in which a lion apparently mauled a man and a magician flew. This calls for a Terminator reference out of nowhere. No one's brought up robots or Arnold Schwarzenegger or James Cameron sci-fi dystopian films. Nothing. And yet here we are. That's the laziest fucking reference I've seen in Phoenix Wright. What the fuck is that? What? Put some effort in. They're just like, fuck, Terminator. It's a slow day at the office. Whatever. We're back because Acro's hiding why his legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. If they made an Ironsides reference, I'd be alright with that. The guy's in a wheelchair. Terminator? Why? It would seem he knows that we know. Well, it seems you've gotten things you want to talk about, so fire away. Okay, so... First of all, what do you know about this guy? Lately, I've been confined to this room. I don't have a clue what's going on with the circus. It's your brother! What do you mean? Make good lawyer's assistant if making ill-timed, unprompted references is part... Ill-timed, unprompted, non-sequitorial, and outdated references is part of the job description. Like, you have to work really hard to just randomly have a reference to something no one was talking about or is even any way relevant to the situation. Like, holy shit. What is Maya on? And can I have some? It'll help me with this case. So I don't have to talk to the fucking clown anymore. Are you injured? It's like... Practice was caused by... A practice was caused by your injury? Wait, what? So, it's the lion, right? Leon, 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. Show him, Leon. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll be back was outdated reference even when this game came out, which was... translated to US on the DS probably like 2007. So yeah, it was dated even. It was like a 20-year-old reference at that point. God, those movies are 40 years old. I know I'm on the right track. I just need to keep going. You're saying I was attacked by a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I am an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. Let me rephrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight to save somebody. Leon again! No. Bet. It was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. About to make the same remark about the Terminator movies being 40 years old. Well, the first one is. I seem to recall Terminator 3 was like 2002. And then there have been like... There was Genesis, and there was another one. There was that show that came out. So some of them aren't that old, but the original... The ones people enjoy watching and that are considered actually good are like 40 years old. Terminator 3 was... I remember that one had the Lady Terminator, and that was it. The good ones are 40 years old. Yeah, there you go. All I remember about 3 is that it had the Lady Terminator. First one had Schwarzenegger. Second one had the guy that could turn into, like, liquid. And the third one had the Lady Terminator. That's all I know about the third Terminator.
Mo, he must have told you.
Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo. But he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out.
A slip of the tongue.
Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That was where he slipped, and that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident together, like always.
I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault.
I still haven't broken Acro's last Psycholock. This was me one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you're still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like very much is the reason you're being evasive. Francesca Von Karma! Although from what I've heard, the Leanna Hetty T show was good. I wouldn't know. Didn't see it. I didn't really consume Terminator media after the first 3 films. I watched about a third of the third one and was like, all right, that's enough. Those first 2, classic though. Can't beat them. You always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her. Saying things like she is cruel.
Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes.
You know, her tiger tried to attack me.
Regent tried to attack you.
Twice.
He wasn't serious, I am sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then.
But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it.
What? What are you talking about? Oh, maybe I overdid it again.
But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof you had out for Regina all along! I'm gonna assume the letter that she found in her pocket after she brought, Acro his breakfast. Just, a hunch. Cersei Lannister. Didn't know she was in Terminator stuff.
Where'd you get it?
Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. I watched TV show myself, but it being good is what I've heard. It's secondhand, so I'll take it with a grain of salt. Well, there you go. Before that, it was in her pocket. I guess I noticed it there around breakfast time. I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. You wrote this, and then you put it in her pocket.
That's right.
That's right, isn't it?
That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright.
Got him.
My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother, Bat, had a dare with Regina.
A dare?
An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside Leon's mouth, like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date.
And she said, no, I'm 16 and you're 22. And everyone was like, yes, good point. That's insane. Didn't you know how dangerous that is? Dating a 16-year-old when you're 22? Yeah, you'd think he would.
We all thought he was being stupid.
Yeah, I agree, too.
But the line was very old to begin with. And age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing.
And that's when the accident happened.
He just wanted to take her out to the movies, like the sick freak that he was.
Poor Bat.
When Leon chomped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up.
What about Bat? I think we have this magical green thing, or would never solve this case. Yeah, really lucked out on that one. Thank goodness that first case didn't require us to, talk to anybody outside of the courtroom.
He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him.
I see.
I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again.
Okay.
And that's the reason why I keep going.
Bat and Regina. Kind of fucked up that they're, 16 and 22, huh?
They were such great friends.
Oh yeah, I wanted you to take a look at this. Looks like a blood-stained cloth. What is it?
This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him.
Fucking you wanna wash it? What the hell, man? Gross, it's covered in blood. Maya, the man's in a coma.
This scarf was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. Leon, obviously.
Oh.
Put a bit down on Bat's head. The expression on Leon's face looked like a grin.
Nick, I know, Mo said the same thing. What do you think it all means? I'm gonna assume Francesca. I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Yeah. Miss Vaughn, Karma! I think you're on a first-name basis here, Phoenix. I've already heard everything, so hand over the scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've served a summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro will talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro, a witness? Come, Acro, let's go to the office.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I can't leave the building because of the wheelchair, but, you know, let's go to the office, as you so astutely decided to state.
About saying this, but the Lion accent was kind of on your brother. Well, I mean, maybe? Seems like that, grinning thing was a bit weird. Trainer not a lion, still wild animal. You can't go off putting your head in a lion's mouth out of nowhere. I mean, true. Regina's clearly the trained professional who knew how to do the trick. And Bat just rolled up like, hey, watch me! Got his ass bit. To an extent, who saw that coming? Now what are we gonna do, Nick? How are we gonna handle tomorrow? Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Look at you all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. It's all beginning to come together now. To be continued. Did Leon also have a crush on Regina? Well, he's a lion, so I would hope not. But, you know, it's fucking... Maybe? Who's to say? With this game? I mean, the judge has made a flirty remark at the girl, for God's sakes. Rip 11037. Indeed. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go on in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Regina? Tee. Yep. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Ah, defendant's milk, of course. Regina. How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. 16, everyone. You've come to watch my performance today. Of course I did. Mo told me I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess. You'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't, yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. If they made her 18, these relationships would be far more appropriate. We talked about that. The 18 thing would definitely make it, you know, so it removes the creepy, groomy, stalker factor involved. Regina is still super ignorant of how the world works, so it would still kind of be weird that they're all thirsting after this girl who doesn't understand things like, you know, basic society. It would be more acceptable than it is now, but it would still be a bit weird. Especially since I assume all the other members of the circus have a rudimentary grasp of how society and a community works. Bat would have known Regina all her life. Indeed, Bat would have known Regina her entire life. If he's 2 years younger than his brother, so he was 7 when he was brought in. He's 26. That's 19 years. Regina is 16. Yeah, Bat was there and, like, remembered her being born. Probably knew her mom. Yeah, at least you can argue, like, Max and the ventriloquist got to the circus way later, so it's not like, you know, they knew her when she was literally born. Bat and Max seem pretty sheltered as well. To an extent, as Acro pointed out, though, he and his brother, when he was 9, so his brother was 5, his parents ditched them after a failed business venture and they were adopted by the ringmaster. I guess Bat is a little naive, but still, he knew Regina literally her entire life. And as far as Max goes, he's a magician to help his dad on the farm. He's, you know, full of himself, but I wouldn't say he's naive to the level that, you know, either of the other two could possibly be. He grew up on a farm and understands his dad's in economic dire straits, and he has ambition to be the greatest. He's like a pompous ass, but at least he's, you know, aware of how society works. I will give you someone who puts their head in a lion's mouth willingly is either naive or an expert at what they're doing. Fucking Mo. Top of the morning to you! Kind of nowhere near to the degree that she is. Yeah, Max is just, I think, self-absorbed. I don't think he's naive to that extent. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo, if you don't stop talking, I'm going to have Gumshoe murder you. Why are you being British? Top of the morning to you, governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. What are you talking about? None of this is a joke. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Max, certified titty boy. Oh my, thanks. How are you today, Mr. Wright? Well, I get the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? Well, I mean, if you want to spoil the ending. Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. Yes, but now we're doing it figuratively. He's got guts to spare. Well, I've got to worry about how thin the tightrope is. I'm used to it already. It just means I won't be able to press him like I can with other witnesses. I'm still gonna press him. I don't know what that's about. What are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do it without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro to the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. So, let me get this straight. Somehow the man in the wheelchair murdered Russell. So it sounds like, based on the evidence, he was trying, assuming he did it, since the game, you know, flat out said we suspect Acro at this point. Assuming he did it, it sounds like he might have been trying to murder a 16-year-old child, which is not okay, but instead he murdered her father, which kind of hard to mix those two up. One of them being a 52-year-old man and the other being a child. But more importantly, he somehow made it look like Max flew through the air. Max is pompous and arrogant, but he also did demonstrate a degree of self-awareness. It's true. He did talk about how, you know, part of the reason he gives his coworkers such a hard time is he's driving them to be more professional and take their, you know, acts as performers seriously. Can't leave footprints because you have to... Ah, of course. It was wheel prints that we were looking for the whole time. Duh. And he's got a jetpack on his wheelchair. It all makes sense. Anyways, I want you to make sure Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. I mean, a broken clock's right twice a day, Mo, and you've got your one. Let's see if he can be right a second time. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Never thought I'd say it. Kinda gotta go with Mo on that one. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to the revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detectives stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Oh, man. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Not an expression, Phoenix. Get your birds the hell out of court. Name and occupation. Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Berry Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you'll see... you'll see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. Why isn't Maya just channel the ringmaster and ask who killed him? Yeah, I don't think Maya has really a say in who she channels. I say they. Mia always just shows up in Maya. It's not really a matter of, like, Maya chooses the soul. At least not in this game. Maybe in the next game. I know there's something in the next game about channeling spirits. I don't remember exactly what it is, though. It was just after 10 p.m., and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise outside my window. Can you just say loud? No one describes a noise as large. They describe it as loud. And then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. I was confident she could channel Mimi Meanie or whichever one it was she not? No, she wasn't confident at all, but she was like, fuck, I guess I'll try. And then they just, like, poisoned her and framed her for murder. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. I'll just have to explain how the defendant disappeared into the skies that night. I mean, I'd like to know that too, but before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know how the proper timing of things, Mr. Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, did. Edgeworth. Mr. Wright? Do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened! Very well, you may proceed with the cross-examination. It's not a stream if my voice doesn't crack, and it's not Phoenix Wright if his voice doesn't crack. Because again, Phoenix is perpetually going through puberty. Her entire life. His entire life, excuse me. Just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. You said you were resting in bed. One would thus assume you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. Have you considered drawing the curtains? If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? I never really thought of that. Guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Stupid idiot. Haha, sometimes I make myself useful in these chambers. Not usually, but sometimes. Ow! The witness will proceed with his testimony. God damn it. Everything about that was stupid. Your room is on the 3rd floor, correct?
Yes,
And you said you were resting in bed,
that is correct.
but you were still able to hear a sound from outside?
I was indeed.
Pressing acro doesn't seem to get any results. Maybe something was contradictory to what you said just now. It was 10 p.m., he was in bed, and he heard a noise. Did he say it was 10 p.m. or it was around 10 p.m.? I'll leave it be and circle back to that. Huh. Now that's time. Hold on. Alright, so, room is on the 3rd floor. Yeah. You were resting in bed, correct? I got nothing. That's. They didn't name the time specifically, so. Good as far as I know. That seems legit. Do it anyway. What would I present? My badge, obviously, but. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. It's a bold assumption there, Phoenix.
Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible.
You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if you were there the night of the murder.
I believe it was a human.
Damn! I just strengthened his testimony. What if Acro's statement jives with the facts? So far, no. He thinks he saw a person. Until I find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. The light in your room was turned off then, right?
That's true. I was going to bed after all.
So
I'm watching you.
All right. Fucking good to know you're watching Phoenix, right? Ahem. Thank you, though. Den Hog. Thank you for the follow. So with the lights off, you're still able to see clearly a human fly by your window.
The safety lights lit up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window.
It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on front. Just RoboCop randomly. Do you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced the person I saw was Max Galactica.
The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with that last bit of testimony. I mean, the hat still is an issue, because when did he lose the hat? But that's flimsy. Let's see what the other options are. So, cat, cloak, and white roses. Checks out. Hey, Den Hog, what's going on? Cracking some cases, so far. When did you start thinking that what you saw wasn't a dream? That's not important. I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on the witness's memory. Just to make sure, let's ask the witness. Ow! Objection. Sustained? God damn it, Judge. Don't sustain that! Acro must be lying about what he saw, right? Of course he is. Now the challenge will be exposing his lies in court. Well, put the pedal to the metal, Nick. Alright, I think it would be, this one. No, wait. I think it would be this one. Raise an objection here. Regarding the hat? Claire saw the silk hat and the cloak wrapped around his body. Instead saw it was Max Galactica. Yeah, I call that into question. There's a huge contradiction with testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of contradiction? I got nothing else. You claim to have seen the... Oh, okay. Yep, this was it. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that?
What do you mean?
The silk hat.
What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window.
Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. The man can't walk and was in his bed. What do you mean, Phoenix? What a fucking insensitive thing to say. Wow. Wow. Wow.
That would have been quite difficult considering the state I'm in. Yeah! Just looking outside the window was tough enough challenge for me.
That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat was found on the scene.
That's the ringmaster's hat, right?
No. Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright?
Why'd Acro think it was the ringmaster's hat?
Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? And he wore both of them for some reason?
No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Remember this case, no worry. I remember this case, no worries to stay quiet. Yes, please. We like to let the streamer himself solve puzzles, even if he is a moron. But you've been fibbing on the stand! Didn't occur to me that when we got the wide shot, we'd see the wheelchair.
Order! Order!
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick?
What do you mean?
Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause the witness to commit perjury in a court today?
There's a grudge against Max. He was dreaming. Acro's the real...
I mean, do we go for it?
I don't think he has a grudge against Max, per se. It seems like he's the only one that kind of felt neutral towards the guy. He had a grudge against Regina. I guess just fucking off the rip, point the finger at Acro. Your Honor! I'm going to accuse a man of somehow killing a guy and flying away, and that man's in a wheelchair. On this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Yeah, I've done that literally every case, Phoenix. What do you mean?
Accuse Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of being the murderer of Mr. Russellberry. Max is Regina's boyfriend, right? Probably no, given they are 5 years apart in age, and she is 16.
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at the audience's hearts and minds. I don't know what that means. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really? Sounds interesting.
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary.
Little does she know, those...
I forgot what I was even going to say. He is staying rather calm and collected.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusations?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true. It is very cruel they make you live on the 3rd floor when you're in a wheelchair.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things. See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous. You have to accuse Acro. She's right, way to pick on the disabled, you heartless and cruel man. Hey guys, it's you talking to me whenever I make fun of other people in these games. It'd be a rather weird coincidence for him to have dreamt of Max flying as he's being accused of murdering a dude, I suppose. Phoenix is a poopy head. Look at him squirm, that sick bastard. How dare you break me? I didn't break the vase. Quiet that narrative. I do not approve. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. Ugh. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm Acro is unable to stand under his own power.
Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Alright, so let's look at how Acro could have possibly have done this. Somehow he would have had to have had this Max fly away. With the whole wooden box and the bottle and the fucking everything. There's a lot here. Leon, the bust, Mo, the puppet, yes, obviously. His accomplice was my defense attorney's badge. He worked with Leon the Lion, presumed dead, but lurking in the shadows this whole time. Ahem. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mean, if he had an accomplice, it'd be the fucking monkey he lives with, right? I guess that could be the murder weapon. It's a bronze statue. But that would mean... How do you get it? How do you drop it on him and then pick it back up? Whatever. He would have had to have had the monkey's help, right? It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices. You don't say! He also took out Miles' I didn't kill anyone! Maybe that thieving monkey is his accomplice. I mean, maybe. If it's anyone, it's the fucking monkey. Not good, not good. This isn't going to end well. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off that easy. Acro was an accessory to Edgeworth's suicide. He's not dead! What? I hate that this narrative the chat's formed where I'm some sort of psychotic murderer and vase shatterer. It's not a fun narrative and it's slander, goddammit. Now you must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes. Mr. Wright, it seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro, but will be making other accusations. If Acro did not have an accomplice. Oh, did I pick the wrong one? I understand, Your Honor. Gil. Okay. Let's continue. Who, perchance, would happen to be Acro's accomplice? You don't say! Uh-oh. This is suddenly looking very, very bad. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? Wait, what? Why are we repeating ourselves? Maybe you're getting caught in your own trap. Okay, here it is. What a splendid accomplice. I'm sure this accusation is built on solid foundation. Foundation? Yes, Mr. Wright! God damn. Do you have any proof they're the accomplice? Would it be the bust at this point? It seems pretty shiny, what with the cards and everything. Show them the seasoning bottle. Distract them with sneezes and make a getaway. That's true. Acro's a former acrobat, so it's likely he does have a bunch of acrobat gear. Maybe use the gear to manipulate. I mean, I guess, maybe. Still, though. He's in a wheelchair. That would be hard to set up if he manipulated the statue in such a way. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. This piece of evidence is lacking persuasive power. God damn it! That wasn't much of a penalty, but god damn it! Arrgh. What are you doing? I don't know! I mean, I think the monkey did. Unless they want me to say no, he didn't have an accomplice. He had a monkey? Wouldn't be if he had the help of a monkey? I don't know. It's not like the monkey knows how to set up acrobat equipment. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's It's one point. Let's just try. Of course he didn't. Maybe Acro didn't do it. Maybe it was Regina. You're telling me Regina murdered her dad and is like, ah, yep, now he's a star in the sky. Can't wait. It was crazy. Dressed up like Max and everything. Now, Zins, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not gonna sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice! Agro planned to commit the murder all by himself! Possibly with the help of a monkey, which would count as an accomplice, but let's not fucking talk about that. Order? What are you getting at? Want to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I don't know what I can do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it. Consult the makeshift guide. Yeah. I mean, it was a 50-50 shot, I guess, on either he did or he didn't have an accomplice. I would argue, though, that the monkey's an accomplice. If the witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, correct? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? Well, I mean, he had to be in his room, right? There's no... Even if he did it, he had to have been in his room. He's obviously here the entire time! That's Acro's room! Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. Meaning the wheelchair-bound man. Huh, huh, huh. Okay, I'm at my window. Now just take this bust and whoop, out the window. And now that it's killed someone I hope is a tiny 16-year-old girl, I'll just pull it back up somehow with like a pulley system I've set up. Because otherwise I would just drag it across the snow and up the side of the building the entire way. So clearly I must have a pulley or like a winch or something going on. Boy, this seems complicated. Hope no lawyers figure it out. Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? Depending on if animals count as accomplices in the legal system. I mean, there's precedent. We put Polly on the fucking witness stand last year, didn't we? It's an interesting story. That's it. Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it. Alright then. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. He is in a wheelchair. There is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. But if it was the bust, then obviously... I mean, that's where they're going, right? It's the bust. That's like the cape hanging off the bust. Mo said he saw Max, didn't he? That's gotta be what it is. It's the cape hanging off the bust. Because we have a bust that is like roughly the size of him and looks like Max. And also, we can't see it except from behind where it would have the hat, one-of-a-kind hat. There it goes. But there's like no rope attached to it and it just went straight up. It didn't like clang into a building or like get dragged along the ground. So again, either Acro set up this weird pulley and winch system to hoist it back up when he dropped it, or I'm in the completely wrong headspace. It's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this out. I've got to give this some serious thought. The animation is smooth. Oh, yeah. That was 4K. Didn't you see? I'm sure Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us on how Mr. Dingling committed the crime. I mean... Not entirely sure I can fucking present evidence yet, but let's see if you'll take it. I'm gonna present some evidence. So what did what did he use to commit the crime against Russell Berry? It's gotta be the bust, right? Okay. What's that? A picture? It is indeed! If you look at what is a picture of, you might see, something a bit more relevant to the case, Your Honor. Oh my, the defendant! The problem is with this item that is shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust. And because it is life-sized, it's also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from third-story window! Ah! Yeah, but how did he aim that? Because, in a wheelchair, his knees would be at the windowsill if you were to, look over and heft it up. Or he would have, been at the side and just whoop over the side, kind of looking down at the ground there to be like, oh yeah, that's my target. Definitely the 16-year-old girl I'm trying to kill. Whoop! See, Zach was able to kill the ringmaster with the force of gravity and Maximilian his ample bust. Can we not throw adjectives in for the bust, Phoenix? Thank you. Order, order! So you're saying the bust fell on the ringmaster? I guess. I don't think it's a simple crime, Phoenix. There's a lot of words I would use for this crime. Simple ain't one of them. Even if you were stuck in the wheelchair being How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Well, I mean, he is cut, so. Acro's an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like that bust. Is almost as far-fetched as rolling down a shot put down a track of books. It's very similar. It's like you're taking a lot of things into account that the head is exactly where you want it to be when you drop this thing. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Assuming that, I don't know. He must not have seen him, right? If he looked out the window and saw the grown-ass man figure silhouette of Russell Berry, he wouldn't have been like, Regina, and hucked the bust out the window, so he must not have seen him. But if he didn't see him, how did he hit him? There's no way this tracks. How do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. I guess if a pulley... My thought is if a pulley was set up, I guess he could, drop the rope at the right moment when he, knew there would be someone there. But then there'd be, surely someone would have mentioned, hey, when that pulley get above Acro's room? And that rope? And how to get the bus down from the pulley? Or up on the pulley, for that matter. He knows I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run of— Ow! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. He uses acrobat skills that he doesn't have because he can't use his legs. Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense's objection is overruled. Damn it, he can do that? Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. By which I mean a doctor or a physical therapist, I assume. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win a case. Like asking for testimony. What? I mean, I agree she will, but... Yeah. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. Ah, well, there you have it. Guilty. I have strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. Yeah, it would have. I agree. There's no way I could have exerted this kind of force on my lower body. It makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head.
Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think?
I mean, I suppose.
I have no doubt in regard to the witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look.
Yeah, it would have been.
Not to mention, he could not have known the location.
Yeah, I agree. All of these are very valid points.
A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What's your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
Grr. I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus.
This guy's a beacon of logic, just like me. Yes, I mean... Could lift something besides that bus. Have you ever lifted up the bus before?
No, I have never actually lifted it up with my own two hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this.
Are you suggesting the monkey can lift it? That crazy monkey has lifted the bus before? We're not gonna address that. All right. That seems weird. Hey, Jeppo. So Von Karma is waifu material? Well, if you're into 18-year-olds that enjoy whipping people, yes.
Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dinkling.
I have strong upper body from working out as an acrobat. Only my legs were injured. So what have you been doing to keep in shape?
Well, honestly, I've given up on training.
Damn! You haven't trained for 6 months and you're in this kind of shape? I mean, I get it. Pushing a wheelchair around. Still is a lot of upper body strength, but still, man, you're cut.
I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope.
You don't say.
But, no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything.
I like Takemi, so sure, why not? Fair enough. Neither am I. It's not. I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean, Nick.
Whoa. How did the discussion turn to me all of a sudden? I suppose you could say I'm stronger than the average bear. I do love that yogi, stealing those picnic baskets.
Putting the bus out the window would have been impossible. And why is that?
Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown the bust out the window?
No way I could have extended that kind of force in my lower body. How long do you think it will take you to recover?
You have to remember that my nerves are severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%.
That reminds you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not be able to see out below the window. Does seem like that would be difficult to get it. Does seem like it'd be difficult to hoist the statue up and remain in the wheelchair if it's that heavy and huck it out a window. Makes it impossible to know the location of the ringmaster's head. Why do you say it would be impossible?
Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window.
If it's in front of you and the window's in front of you, like I am with chat, yeah, alright, it'd be impossible. You'd have a bust in between you. But if I'm at my side, I could, in theory, look out the window and then just heft the thing, right? Like, you could have done that, surely. The window's not that small. You fit a bust through it in our, story here.
Thus, there is no way I could have known the location of the ringmaster's head.
Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick.
Huh?
What if you turn things around? Maybe you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, he could drop the bust. I mean, that does make sense, yeah. If only I could prove somehow that Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. From the ground floor versus the third story, I'm gonna assume probably not. Call it a hunch.
I think I've already explained things sufficiently.
Maybe the birds did it in ample bust, so yeah. The birds carried that ample bust around. If all you had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all.
All I had to do was drop it. You're right. I could have done that. However, there's no way I could land a direct hit on the ringmaster's head.
So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright? Well, yeah, you got me. Acro's strong enough to lift off the bust. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster. Alright, Stick It Nick, show him what you've got. I have to be careful. If I fits in perfectly, maybe it's something we overlooked. Like, my brain keeps going back to like a pulley system, right? Impossible to know the location of the ringmaster's head. Like, god damn it. There's not like a flagpole or something off of Acro's window that he could have, like, you know, tied the bus to and then looked out the window to see, so he then let go of the rope and then it just fell. Because that would kind of be my theory. What do we got? Hat, papers, enormous rays, poster, the bottle. The monkey saw it and yeeped when he was in position. Dead lion, autopsy report, back of the head, the box, small seasoning bottle, Grand Prix photo, the note, bust. What was the wooden box for? The wooden box, our ringmaster was found in this incredibly dignified position, slumped over and dead. Did we open it? Yeah. It contained this small thing of pepper. We opened it. All it did was contain a small thing of pepper. It was hunched over this 20-pound box. He knew where he was gonna be. What? Yeah, you got me. What does the note say? The note says, "You haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza." It says stand in this specific... If you would be so kind as to stand at altitude 392 by 40 degrees, longitude 68 by 12, I would super appreciate it. No real reason, just for me, as a favor. That would be damning. We'd have him then. Oh, dear. So the order of events was... They break at the end of practice. Back, why are we calculating GPS coordinates? We're trying to figure out how Acro could have known where the ringmaster's head was when he dropped a bust on him. I'm convinced there's like a weird pulley system or some shit. Like, it's gotta be. Otherwise, I don't get how he'd get the fucking bust back otherwise. I still shook that box just to... Yeah! Found inside. It contains pepper. That's it. It was a 20-pound large wooden box that contained a small thing of pepper. That was it. What do we use the pepper for? We haven't yet. It'd have been funny if it contained the lion, actually. That'd have been very funny. Traumatic, but funny. Max met with the ringmaster for, like, a couple minutes or so. Ringmaster said, "Yeah, that's great and all. I'll be right back." Walked out... past Ben and Trilo, who were just sort of hanging out at the front gate. He went to the lodging house. He got hit and he slumped over the box. Is it the box? How would the box... The box is relevant to what we're talking about now, because it's at the crime scene. How would the box help him? guess if Acro knew where the box was, he could aim for it? But the ringmaster, he wouldn't know where the ringmaster is even if he knew where the box was. The ringmaster could grab it from any angle. He like grab it on the side. He could, lift with his knees. He could hunch over and grab. I mean, he is hunched over the box right now. There's literally, his head could be in any number of places. Do the pepper, it must have a use. Good evening, don't forget that part. The swimsuit full of gravel. Classic maneuver. That's what was in the box the whole time. Is it really the fucking... You can't be serious, Phoenix. By which I mean the game. Weird for the ringmaster who died hunched over the box like that. He could have... Where are you going with this? Before I yell at you, where are you going with this? You didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I might add. Did he? Enlighten me. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes, hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. Couldn't have, photographed him at any other angle, huh? The key to my point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box the victim was found hunched over. The same! The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box is already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. There's 1,000 ways you can pick up that wooden box. The side, from the back, from the front, any one of its 4 sides. Could have just kicked it a few times, but maybe stopped to open it first. I know it was locked, but still. Suspicious box. Wait, what? How? Yeah, I'm waiting for that. Which means the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust would fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way I could miss the... Imagine. It was the seasoning. Imagine, if you will. Russell Bear, I assume he's bent down to pick up the box, going, ah, yes, here I go, picking up the box now. Bent over at my 45-degree angle. Normally when I pick up boxes like these, I simply squat and lift with my knees, but it's cold out tonight and I feel like hunching over to lift with my back. Maybe, I'd grab the side and drag it along, one of those over on that side. But no, here I am, bending at my 45-degree angle. Oh, God! And then he is struck. That's how I picture that entire crime scene went down. Word for word, that's how it played out. Acro knew he had him when he started talking about the angle at which he was bending his back to pick up a fucking box. Ah! But no, excuse me, what I meant to say was there was no way it could miss the head of the victim. No. Order! Order! This is unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends, are they? Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Consider me an ignorant mass, but I'm lost. Yeah, I really don't see how this is definitive in any way. The next question I have is, who placed the box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow, ow, ow! He was also expecting it to be Regina. So it's more likely that she would just grab it by the side and haul it off instead of being hunched over, is what you're telling me. This case doesn't make a damn bit of sense. No, it does not. So it makes bending over the box a bit more absurd. Yeah, it does! There's no way the 16-year-old girl is gonna bend over the box and have the same head placement as the 52-year-old man. God damn it. I mean, it might have still hit him, but it wouldn't have hit his head. Gee, think. The ringmaster's head. Yes, thank you. Run that back. What? Huh? It's just 20 pounds in wood. How is it specially made? Specially made? Indeed! It had the most peculiar feature. Well, that wouldn't be how it was made if it was the contents. Which means it's either the size, it's just a trunk. I guess the size, because the argument might be it's so obtuse that you have to pick it up that way? Surely, right? The box was born with seasoning in it. Curse those spicy boxes. The box was a remarkable size. Size? Exactly. I think you could tell from picture the wooden box was very large. About. To lift it up, one would have had to have been required to squat. Meaning one would have had to have taken it up in both arms, right? Moreover, the box is quite heavy. It weighs in the neighborhood of 20 pounds. That's not heavy. The box also has carrying handles on either side, so you could just grab from that angle, doesn't it? This is correct. To lift the box up, you'd have to squat down. Which means, no matter who you are, you have to be in place. Nope. That's not what that means at all. If you were to squat down and then pick up the box with your knees, what if you like bent over and was like, I'm now over the box, just gonna pick it up like that? Are we suggesting, hold on. Prop comedy here. This is 20 pounds. This right here. This. 20 pounds. This is, you can see the number. 20 pounds. You can kind of see the number. 20 pounds of wooden box, baby. 20. You're telling me this is so heavy, you had to squat down to pick it up. This. With both hands, so that your head would be in roughly the same place. I wonder if maybe that's not accurate. Fool. You could have easily just gone to the side, picked it up by the handle, and dragged it along. Like, fuck this, I'm not picking this up. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say, and frankly, it's stupid. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills, as am I. Did you do it? Did you place the wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yes, I remember. It was in the kitchen. Of course I remember. It was on top table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... Understand what I mean, don't you? Is it that you had an accomplice and it was the monkey? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? Oh boy. How much of this fucking trial is left? Not much. I might just burn through here looking at my guide. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright explains that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Arg! 20-pound object of that looking up in case of falling ample busts. Truly, yes, I am, I like to live dangerously, don't you know? 100 pounds is like 9 kilograms. That isn't heavy. On extreme ends, you've seen women carrying bags that weigh that much. You just watched me toss around a weight that weighed that much and one-arm that bitch. For a box that size, 20 pounds isn't really that heavy. That would probably be about normal for a wooden box that size, unless it's like balsa wood or something. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But there's no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all. All right, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room? I mean, it's the monkey, right? Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Let's just throw a monkey in with everything else. A monkey? Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Maybe I go far as to say his wooden box outside is on the light. Yeah, it really does seem so. The seasoning, oh yeah, it is a heavy thing of pepper, to be fair. That little thing of pepper, that's actually roughly the size of a wine bottle, so I added a couple extra pounds. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring. So are you saying the witness had the monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Home? So how did this the bust has got to be heavy. The tiny-ass monkey carried it up 3 flights of stairs. Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room?! But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. It can be. Maybe you should put the whip down and read the court record? Sometimes. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. That's an expensive bust. Damn. Acro! Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring that bust to your room. All right, hey, listen, Acro, I don't want to coach you or anything, since you are, I think, guilty. Say no. Say like, nah, he can't lift it. That's too heavy for him. Platinum and bronze? He's a monkey. That's impossible. No, don't be ridiculous. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be in the market for... Or that. Say that. Even the court's shocked. It's like, huh, weird he didn't just say no. Miss Von Karma! Where's the bust in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events, but let's say the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. He did have a motorcycle turbine, I guess. As we speak. Wait! Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. He would have used the pepper. Anyway, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, it was entirely possible Acro was the murderer! Moron! Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. Same. However, his argument does hold water. No, it doesn't. There's no denying that. Yes, there is. Ow! Don't get so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And what is that? You should know. Forgot that your fraud of omission client was spotted at the scene of the crime. It was the bust, though. Ah! There's no reason to doubt the clown's there's a lot of reasons, actually, but okay. That's true, I guess. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn the trial around. When murder occurred, there were 2 people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? It's the bust, surely, right? That's the Grand Prix photo. It's gotta be the bust, right? Didn't see what he said. As for the other person most saw in this scene was. Phoenix's argument, or Feeney's argument, is based on a lot of speculation, but it's plausible. Again, we've entered into the situation where they're acting like this is the only way it could have happened, so obviously it must have happened this way. When there's like 9 different things that could have happened or gone wrong, and no one's bothered, Von Karma's not doing her job here of being like, there's 30 different ways he could have moved that box without being in that one spot. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frere, it does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using that brain of yours at all? Silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why a cloak couldn't... yeah. But why did he have the cloak? It would be easy to hang one off the cards of the bust's hands. Idiot who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust. It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Wait just a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? I don't know. The question's the utmost importance in this case, don't you agree? Oh, he got me. Not denying it could have gone many different ways, just saying Phoenix's argument's plausible. Yeah. I guess it's plausible. Give it time, though. I'm sure this is going to come back around and be completely nonsense. How did Max's hat make it on the scene? When does the seasoning come into play? So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? The monkey. I don't fucking know. Guide, help me out. It's past when I should have ended this stream. Apparently, Russell himself stopped to put a cloak on it. Fool. Him? You're saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. I mean, does the victim himself place the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. All right. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Oh, dear. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached the rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster was told to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone recognizing him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than the ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben Trilo. I really need a comic to explain this. You're getting JPEGs and you'll like it. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And here we see Acro, sure enough, at his side, looking right out the window, dangling a rope over with no pulley system, so that when he pulled it back up, it would drag along the ground and then scrape along the side of the building as he pulled it. Because that's how gravity and physics work. Why the ring? Oh, I do not. I think he was trying to kill the ringmaster's daughter. You know, Regina, the girl who accidentally put his brother in a coma, the daughter of the man who took him in and raised him and continued to give him a job when he couldn't perform anymore. Just wanted to, bash a little girl's head in. That's all. That's when Akko took his chance to release the rope. Or do you think he was killing Max? He might have been trying to kill Max, I guess. Now this is where the... Yep. This is where the magic happens. Of course he's bent over like that. Obviously, Regina's head would be in the same place. At the very instant the bust hit the victim... That's... What the fuck? No. The clasp around the neck did not magically undo itself, pop up into the air, and land on the... no, that's not... Also, again, the problem exists. He hauls it back up. It just clunks into the side of the building and drags up the edge. That's not how any of that... Ugh. So, alright, we've moved out of plausibility at this point, Ark. Wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, that just isn't true. It can't be. No, it can't. It's still a little early to be getting so... It's not. The circus... of course it's not. But... So yeah, it magically undid itself, landed on the cards somehow. The impact of the bust of the victim threw the cloak up. It was clasped around his neck. No, it didn't. Which snagged onto the bust. Sure. That impact also caused a sound heard by a certain witness, prompting them to take a look. The witness was, of course... Yeah, the cloak thinks pure bullshit. Lawrence Moe Curls the Clown. And here it is, going back up into the air, pulled up flawlessly with a rope that is just dangling out of a window on the side of a building. Now, having completed the crime, the acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on, primarily because in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window even though he was at the side and could therefore clearly see out of it. We just showed you that. So he just kept pulling the bust up. There's quite the scrape along the building where the bronze and platinum bust was dragged up it with a rope. Or no, excuse me, it just went straight up in the air, away from the building even, based on that. Away from the building. That's how the magical murderer disappeared into the sky came to be. I don't think anyone could have pulled this off, actually. Well, no one was able to do that, so... It could only have been you. Why didn't Moe see the rope? Another great point. Why didn't Moe see the rope in the very well-illuminated plaza as it dragged a bust up a building with a cloak dangling from it? Acro's been playing mind games, has he? He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So... what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove your fairy tale is true? No, because there's no way it's possibly true. Evidence? It would have looked like Max was getting hanged. Hanged and again, dragged up the side of the building. I seem to be the only one concerned that the rope absolutely would have, even if he, angled it so it was dangling off the ground, when he pulled it up, it would have dragged alongside of the building. Breaking a window or two in the process, probably, because it's a bronze statue slamming into a building. Don't forget the power of my gavel! Mr. Wright, prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can be only one possible murder method. But there's still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get this out of this jam. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. There's some evidence in the court that backs your claim. I want hard proof that you have unraveled this trick. Just running on the guide at this point. Streams run long and I really don't care. This case is bullshit. Bring back Morgan and the car. Please. The still cat, the cloak, the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Moe's testimony. There were more than that. The silk hat was one, the white roses was the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. Case moved away from being even remotely plausible a while back. Yeah, that's true. Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Moe said yesterday. He testified the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat Moe saw was actually the busts. Makes sense, if you look at it that way. He did see the silk hat, sort of. Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what the ventriloquist said in court. He said he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said there were no white roses. He saw the back of the cloak. Like to see you try and explain that one away. That's the one thing that makes sense. He was looking at the back of the cloak where the roses don't exist. Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the incident the cloak snagged on the bust. Cloak snagged on the bust. What happened to the white roses? Whoop, 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 whoop. Do you get it yet? The cloak was snagged on the front of the bust. Means the white roses would end up in the back of the bust. explain why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the backside of the bust. Water. This is all quite shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep getting down the road for a while and see where it leads. I'm game. I haven't got anything planned later tonight. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. The witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubt Acro deeply respects the ringmaster. Acro's motive. It seems this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. Court will now take a 10-minute recess. Like I said, I'm just going to be plowing through this with a guide. I want to be done with... I want to come back tomorrow with this case. I know I'm over my time, but I just do not want to be doing this tomorrow. This case is absurd. I can't believe it, Acro. It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and I think he was always most straightforward to the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did. Psst, psst. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know. I always say that he has no motive in these games because 90% of the time your client also has no motive. It's true. Max just got a nice fat raise. What's his motive? Also, you don't need motive for a guilty conviction in real life. If you have, like, evidence to prove they did it, you don't need a motive. That's a common misconception. Duck lawyer. But you're not, which is why... which is kind of the reason why. Oh, it's gotta be Gumshoe. Hey, pal! You're gonna ignore me after I went to all the trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe. Ah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyway. Now, detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? Got some really tasty milk. What? How about a card trick, detective? Oh, well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what was it? Here you go. Huh? This is yesterday in Acro's room. Yep, I've included a forensic result. Take a look at the letter. Will Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know, Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set in motion. Final plans? Uh-huh, that reminds me. I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. That's all for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What do you mean by that? The very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, fucking goddamn it. One more thing. Ah! Don't scare me like that. Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? Me? When are we going to use the seasoning? It's milk. Why is this guy all about milk? Certified titty boy, this guy. The reception area looks like some kind of deli, so hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dare's worth of milk for me. Okay. Court is back in session. Oh, let's look at the lab results of this scarf here. Bat scarf, stained with blood and a small quantity of pepper. The milk in his bust. Max is a certified titty boy. Oh, absolutely. Ample bust and tons of milk. They knew what they were doing.
Miss Von Karma, continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dinkling,
Yes, Your Honor.
please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't know the answer to. Gulp. Are they hinting that they want to milk Max to the fullest or something? Turns out all the milk that was delivered is the defendant's milk. That took place before this case, Nathan.
When we were little and abandoned by our parents, that's when ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think Acro would kill a man he held in such esteem.
You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which why there's really no need for cross-examination, is there?
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question.
So, according to the guide, there's no need to cross-examine him now. So let's save some time. As fun as it would be. There's no need to cross-examine the witness.
What's that?
Why would the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I already know the answer.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I would like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead?
I cannot provide one. I'm very bad at my job. Or if the designers added in there as a nod to this case. I hope not. I hope they never think about this case ever again.
Nick?
Yeah,
I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start.
Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. How is this the correct answer? Because the ringmaster wasn't the target.
What?
That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all.
Ow!
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so full-heartedly foolish. Did you forget you made an accusation against the witness? Did you not? I believe it was the real killer is Russell Berry, ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right.
The end of things?
Acro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you?
The ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you just say?
I'm saying the target of the witness's murder plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with.
What?
Order, order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face! Twice if you must! Ow! Not me! Ow! Very good, I needed that. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my court? Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro is trying to kill someone else?
Regina
Berry?
I mean, that joke wrote itself. This young girl's the ringmaster's daughter, correct?
Acro, were you really aiming for her? You were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
I mean, it is. He could easily answer that question. If I'm wrong, all he has to do is say, "You're wrong." That's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough! Mr. Wright, allow me to... Ow!
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
Hmm?
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry.
Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl.
Turns out it is the note that Acro put in her pocket. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that was found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat?
Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
You're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note?
Yes, but that's just one little problem. Acro did indeed place the note in somebody's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
You mean it wasn't for
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry!
Order! Order! Mr. Wright! Is that a theory of yours?
It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. Stupid graphic. And was killed because of that mistake instead of Regina.
That's incredible!
Remember the testimony Agro gave us earlier today?
Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible, except for the way it was shown in that diagram in which I did it sideways. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body, except in the way it was shown. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself, unless I was, propping myself up against the side of it, arm on the windowsill, or frame, or whatever.
Acro had no idea who it was that arrived at the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see what it actually was, except that he was clearly doing that.
I've got it! Acro thought Regina was down at the plaza.
And that's why he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick. Is Regina listening to all this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. Hope Regina can handle it.
Acro wrote this note to Regina.
A foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish, you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean the note is declaring Regina Berry a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza in place of his lovely daughter.
Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is the incident that is alluded to in this note?
Incident 6 months ago. I have no idea. I wish I wasn't overtime. Some of these would be very funny, I think, to pick. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. What's Francesca and the word fool? It was one of her favorite words growing up, obviously. One of the first ones she learned in English. Is Regina a murderer? Not really. The guy's not even dead, to be fair, so...
Are you sure that result relates to the present case?
It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has started what happened 6 months ago. To sum up real quick, Regina's pet lion mauled Bat, Acro's brother. Bat didn't die, but he is in a coma. I think so.
If that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it.
What is this conclusive evidence? Acro has a brother? Yeah. In profiles, you'll see there is both Acro and Bat. Ah, the judge says that, of course, yes. What's the conclusive evidence? I'd certainly like to know what it is. Can't answer that question, judge is gonna think I'm bluffing. Conclusive evidence is a small seasoning bottle.
Achoo! Achoo!
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for.
What do you mean?
Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him in the stupidest way possible. He was doing so because the piece of decisive evidence is what's inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion! Very well, Mr. Wright. So where exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper?
Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never ties his own foolish ways. Tires of his own foolish ways. You also show Mr. Wright, then answer this. Who is Regina Berry's intended victim?
Who is this?
Is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel his brother is dead.
Regina, she did that to him?
Did you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into a current comatose state.
A lion? Miss Regina Baird is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
6 months ago, Girl's Pet Lion supposedly mauled Acro's brother. I don't think supposedly, he definitely did. There were witnesses. That resulted in Bat being in a coma, and Acro blames Regina for it. That's the long and short of it.
What happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder, he's the victim of an accident. I see! Now what do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
It was more than that. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all!
What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way Regina would ever incite a lion to attack another human being.
She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. I present to you a scarf.
That's just a scarf.
Acro. This scarf is something Bat used to wear, correct?
That's right.
And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat?
Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina?
There is something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor.
And what might that be?
Pepper.
Pepper?
Pepper. Guys, I think it's Pepper. I'm starting to think Pepper might be on that scarf and involved in this case. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could.
Hey, what's with the silent goddamn bird? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job fingering a criminal. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Barry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that?
It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like it was smiling. Lions smile.
Fingering a criminal. Rather poor choice of words. That is the expression, though. Good old happy lion.
I've never heard of them smiling, however.
Lions sneeze. I don't know if that's true at all. Whoa, 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 whoa. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. Not a good expression, then. I agree. But that is what it is. He sneezed because of all the pepper in the scarf. What? You fool!
You've got to be kidding me! What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object for objection's sake.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it?
Why didn't Bat sneeze from all the pepper on the scarf? Hey, listen. That's like, there's 90 problems with this, and you've asked about problem 94, okay? Just don't worry about it at this point.
You really intend to say this is how this joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper. That's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost a brother due to the accident. Or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot.
Ha 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 ha. It almost does seem like a terrible joke.
Doesn't it? Once again, I am impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. Do you think there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves?
Are you telling me what I just said was true?
Acro, you can't mean witness. Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder.
What? What do you mean by that?
The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. It's fucking stupid.
What would that be?
The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim?
You mean conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise.
The murder weapon? The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered in the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Wait, we're going back to step 7 when we'd somehow gotten to step 52? Correct.
Yes, it would be.
The bust. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. Apparently it's the last step. Let's see how things work out first for some reason. It might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but
Why aren't you going to search his room? Looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma total justice.
I guess. I figure with you, the least I should expect. You leave no stone unturned.
If Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in the room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story.
Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. Ha ha ha. It looks like your lack of final nail to put in my coffin.
But, what about the scarf? What about the note?
What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now.
Arg. Do something, Nick. Don't let this guy slip away. The bust, where's it now? Where's the bust now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is?
Because I have a guide.
It seems the case is coming to a close.
The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short, so instead I'm going to rule in favor that magic exists. Coming to a close! Yeah, that's wild of him to say that.
Thank you for your support.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness.
Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare and present its lace.
Lace? What?
I mean its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue.
Okay, fair.
We need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person? She's your aide, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright?
What? Are you asking me? Rest up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait. You can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Very well. The defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon.
Walking a tightrope of logic. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. So, murder weapon. Where's Max's bust now? Somewhere in this courtroom. It's obvious. The bus is inside this very courtroom.
It's obviously where?
I made a pinpoint the location for...
Okay, I would love to accuse the judge or Von Karma, but it is in fact on the witness's stand.
Acro! I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair?
7-9's on the edge of his seat, this courtroom drama. I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright.
Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there.
Ha! Ha 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 ha! Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. What if he's... Yeah, I can't remove the blanket. I'm going commando, you see. Not much use for pants after my legs don't work. In fact, they get in the way of bowel movements. I really, really appreciate being in the buff.
I think it's pretty amazing you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room,
it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, in the only place you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. You'd be advertising as Johnson, then, at worst. That's true, I suppose. Which is why, Arcro, I have to ask again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You know, I think that sums up the case perfectly. Masterfully played. You fool! How could you? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them? Miss Francesca von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. That? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away in the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place I could hide it quickly was under the wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had it all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of the courtroom, hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I could escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe Miss Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell it by looking at her. I know, I sure couldn't. Does it make sense? No, it all makes sense, 7-9. Didn't you read it? I can't believe it's me. Make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. It seems we've finally arrived at the truth. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Very Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Calculated strategy or gumshoes guerrilla policing? Maybe. Yes, Your Honor. I am responsible for that crime. Acro. Are you gonna play the sympathy card here? All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. But I really wanted to just bash her skull in with a statue. Can you blame an old crippled acrobat for that? I just wanted to kill that small girl. Is that really too much to ask? I think not. No, he does not deserve the sad music at all. This guy's an asshole. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I couldn't forgive her, no matter what. The daughter of the man who took me in when I was orphaned, and continued to keep me on the payroll when I couldn't perform, and was probably footing the bills for my brother in the coma. I had to murder his daughter, just to make myself feel better, even though I knew it was an accident. Cave her skull in with a 30-pound bust. That's all. A simple, victimless crime like that. I think you're guilty of attempted murder and conspiracy to commit murder, Acro. That's what you're truly guilty of, you ass. What are we doing? I like that we had to add the term pound box. Thanks, Automod. That's a new one. I wouldn't have even thought to censor that. Pound box, huh? Sure, dude. Whatever you say, Automod. Always looking out for us. This one's an asshole. Other circus dudes, most of them are pedos, full bouquet. Yeah! I hate to say it, Mo seems like the most reasonable of the bunch. Your brother's become a star. Regina believes in that so purely. And she would laugh innocently while saying it, too innocently. Then you take the ringmaster aside and say you need to explain to her the consequences of her actions and what death means. You don't cave her skull in! I couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. And that's when you decided to do something about her. How dreadful. Yeah, I agree. So you're saying you're a victim in all of this as well? Because you're not. I mean, you are to an extent. A lion took your legs away. You still tried to murder a 16-year-old girl.
No, that's not what I mean.
Good, because that would be a lie.
I'm nothing but a murderer.
Correct.
That's who I am.
Correct.
At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Well, that's dark. In-game. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just leave. I couldn't. Not yet. I just had to murder a tiny child. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Murder a small child and frame a magician.
Here's some weird tears. They are. Like 80 frames a second. It's crazy.
Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave until I bashed her brains in and watched them splattered all over the snow. Left her out there in the cold for someone to find.
This is... You're telling me. It's almost a reflection on the circus itself.
I'm an idiot. I can't believe it's you beats me again.
Max sucks too. He's mean. Max isn't great, but at least, for all his faults, he didn't try and murder a 16-year-old girl. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion, so let's never speak of it again. Hooray! Court is adjourned. Jesus Christ. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this.
Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, except for Acro, who tried to murder a child, huh?
That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Except for Acro, who tried to murder a child. Many congrats, but only at max 1,000,000 of them. Thank you. Read the room, Mo! What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro and how he wanted to murder a child. No, 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 no! If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never happy. Huh? Meanwhile, she's crying. Where's Trilo? I have no idea. Tried to marry one, which is just as bad. Is it as bad as caving her skull in with a statue? I mean... they're both very, very bad. I'm gonna tentatively say caving her skull in with a statue is a little bit worse than trying to marry her. She's been like this for a while now. Wah! It's all my fault. Wah! Sweetie pie. Bat and Acro, they're never coming back. Nope, sure aren't. Now everyone's going to split up. Yeah, probably. Gina, Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Gina? Acro said something right at the end. I couldn't give up and leave yet. She's no longer sparkly. Yeah, she's lost some of her innocence. Probably for the better. Does that mean Acro is going to try and get his revenge on me? Of course he is. I don't think so. I think he tried to bash her skull in once, and that was enough for him. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can believe that. Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. Now that he's, killed your father, the man who raised him. If that's true, I want to see some evidence. I want to know you're not just making that stuff up about Acro not wanting revenge. Shit, I was totally bluffing. This guy. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. But... that's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew... You never knew he was alive? They told you he died? Why? What reason was there for that? Ugh.
I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes.
Maybe then you'll be, you know, an appropriate age.
Until he opens his eyes and until he can meet Acro again.
That's so sweet of you, well, he'll meet him in a jail cell, but, you know, that's still sweet of you.
I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat.
Easier to tell her he's a star now rather than indefinite coma. I mean, I guess, but a bit grim, though. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing for me to do. I might even leave tomorrow. Wow. Ass. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made the decision. What is it? I've decided I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn the circus into the best circus the world has ever seen. By hiring anyone else to be the clown, they will be better than me in every way. The best circus the world has ever seen. He's mean. Don't laugh. That's quite the goal. Yeah, can't wait. Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max. Let's work together to make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. In one of the Edgeworth games, she's still in the circus, so, fucking reneged on that. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the Berry Big Circus bigger than it's ever been. Mo's right, sweetie pie. If it can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry, to traumatize her forever. Ah, of course. That is why he brought her. To forever scar her and damage her permanently. Nick, it seems like everything's gonna turn out all right. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. I hate you. I hate you so much. I wish you killed him. What made the case? Yesterday's supplies weighed. It really paid off like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Akra really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. White? Oh my god, the MO3 incident. Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Akra's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. It's Edgeworth! Oh my god. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Francisca's in the news. He's back in the country. The dead guy doesn't look very dead to me. No, he's super dead. What do you mean? Who's that? Hey, we got an achievement. Huzzah, huzzah, hooray. All right. A brand new episode's been added. Unironically, I think this is one of people's like favorite cases in the entire series. Zombie lawyer, god. I'm not even gonna address these accusations. Nope! Quiet you! No! We're not addressing these accusations that I've killed anyone or broke any vases. Love you all. See you tomorrow for a good case. Let's all have a rest and not think about this case ever again because it's not worth our times. Be good people and Toodle Pip.